ene Monday, March 11, 2024. Time just about gone 20 minutes past 1. Ene ye juada benimbo sumina ewumi ne da etoso edu ebaako afi empinu aduonu enan amsad bodonko apan meeti eye aduonu me manti dwumadi ena yede bremo me manti dwumadi mi amedi ho chia me yefra me ADAKABRI Mahmudu Osioma senior co-character amansan chairman staff sergeant Harrison Ford kwabna mafu obetenase na yetimi edidi ho enkomo na fe nsoso production ne de anyini kwadwo dame ado na esiri na so ofa ase Jerry osai agiman ebonichidom oyema kwefri yi enso ene wo service emrante kwa no emienu na fe nsoso no abna frima abankro one nana ya osafo one nsoso ahwe na eye technical production handling social media handles interactions with the listener ninyina amotime amana bam ede amayen afi so yasan de aseda sonko ede ama engineering team no na engineering team no bigachu ena hwane a ena eye worker but yakwa na najare na nabuaje ena adasankroma esanmrane se sempro na fe facilities group no de big solo ena dada ena yaw ena Godfrey ya fe no Ubrana na fe no Mapuna ena fe so DJ Bosco na Milson so ya sanmrane se tai na yahunu ba bia ya de fufuo ebekọ akọ enti yetena ase a amansan chiame watena ase na yenhwei de obakrata no emu nsem ne bi ewo ho a yebetwe voice so ewo ho a yebebo na chicha kakra so ewo ho na yatimi ehunu ba bia de fufuo kwabne
Feni.
Mami unko break him. That's it.
Break.
Nyoma beto to dia me baba no ho ade no twem so betumi a asew na obeka ya jontuma miensa duku potomanto this way chocolate drink na kan wo hwe afibia so beri ni waware ne this way chocolate drink na kan sia asew udan kawanu tumu ho me be mo anu nsu hye kwa de aka ho wo de wapi ho o ka sa batete eda fom ho this way chocolate drink
kra cha be pe baba ware
asew
ye fi ase this way chocolate drink ya sori anopa no ne yenom ye bi she fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho a no ne de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne yenom ana this way no ti ano a he se kire wom koko wom brick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so se
this way chocolate drink
de wo hia ani so se
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkrato mu agye atum se eye
Cool, fresh and trendy with a new look. Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special ice, natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
NIT 100.9 FM Sony and March 11, 2024. Na kwabne
Adam. Yeah. Yeah. Way back. And also cram. Some oh yeah. Media no ba. Na wa so de no ko. Wo de no ma wa. Ye asem ni. Me media ba wo de ko. Ye. Olamu wa yo. Ole.
Concern also.
Yeah.
One concern also.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Now what you saying?
Oh, of a radial don't pressure the woman.
Pressure woman song.
Yeah, pressure the woman.
Yeah, keep well.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep well.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, of a very important.
But 8 hours a day. Never 8 hours a year, Juma. Never 8 hours a didi. Never Nancy. Never Casa. Nah, just say 8 hours and never be so called holiday.
And what there be a catcher and mamma need titru. So, a quenya, and I say, there what the more. Ube to me a didi, Nyada didn't didi, no home and count. Yes.
I didn't know.
Oh, what I am a boa pomodin. Na Munsuo, what you are home. Sabrebia, weekend, you per se, Utu Quina, a Wokwa Dwajiri, and I say, Okobe Ponoso, a one a one why Bema wa home ya can who could do weekend ya. Of an hour, no aqua home. So, and now feel some person water. You see a one baby or one more why you quiet. No aquatina, no what to do. What you see on your car war? What
you see on your car war?
Wouldn't you asa? Wouldn't you wow be at him?
Oh, I know pay me Joso. Yes, MPP for office one will be a grantee anymore.
There be Utemu Pewaya history. Oh, I know. What you see on your car war?
What you see
on your car war? And offer a nature a sana brabotia. Me mame sisi a me money din kura nka asem yo me nana sisi a kura me money din po nka asem yo sa pepepe ebiri bi beba yenso obi a kura moye din po nka asem yo se wote ase a ene ye ka wo wutwam a watwam
na honorable member of parliament Ejuso na senior partner Adraproche Chambers deputy finance minister John Kwaku Apontua Kumah ene oniho na ne yire akasa dabe no kroye
for crow. If you don't know, Yenina, or may a boy Yenyan, a yawadanwa. March down tosso and so.
And a nay,
or for a dajwada. March there tosso dubaco.
Nani a quadjit in the manica say.
What fan will be not JJ no. Sir. Enko no anso ka se won kasa se ne na nko watini ba bi o
se adani ejeje no mane kasa
wa famity di se de e ma kasa ba ho eye asemu a yese ya poison
na ya poison no a uwani
wafa yentumi mfa yenim
na ya poison na egu be ma nanim ase
da bi wafa nwu nanim ase eno kura kire se na oye nipa titiriw ena bebi a wo kɔ no nso na ho hyeren
enti eno ho nti ubekasa beka adean
wafa ya tibi but untumi mfa ne nyina metu dwa wa abonten say
the question is
na ya say
kwadwo smart ena e kana asem we mu so ena e kana asem ohene ba sie du so na e kana asem ye kura ye fiafia ho na we so etimi wura wasom antimi amfo aso achi
wafa nka me kura de oba kunafo mpo de nka yesi pani due matemante ukura de nka wote wo baabi na wugya nkofo ma wo mu kasa
na de ye ke wo bete
en wafa ukura de nka me kire se we kura nka mfa wo ho
enam che se efa ho kura na ade a wo ani
dabi wo sun wukunu nti we kura no de emmem kura kire se wo no wafa na wugya bawu akodi kurasem
timbiem
wunja bawu ankodi kurasem
wo emu na dawe
wukunu na sisi asem waba ama ye nyina wa ye ne kura yesu ten bebebre su na wukura de nka wusu no so afa de wajai abawu no ba bedi kurasem ba be yi nsam wano na nka wunhia enka sese bi abusua no ankasa ebi abusua kratch bi abusua pani bi anase party no ayi obi a obetumi akasa ma abusua no na wono akasa na wo be kunafo a wo ye interview
no majijiro dodo
when be asem bi wo ho no mo
abusua no kra no e kansem bi se aboafo no a na omoboa honorable member of parliament no aboafo no omonka wo ma no entum enti abusua no timi kasa aboafo no krankan no ntum a onse aboafo no so na be kirekire mu ene eduru suhum ene yeye sei enti yese aboafo no konkom enti so obi kasa ya poison no a kunafo no asade yese one na di muaye ba
dabi
mientie kunafo no kakra
ono wa ye sofo but wonya doctor ni ena wafa ye nunum nyina sei ye yansam trefo asam ba ye nyina ye speculate but the doctor fo beka no ena ye de ye no korefa asam no ho enti ono de aya say enti na meka say ye tete nsem bi wa akire say wonye sei ni ye be ma na ye sei enti na bia wodi mirika o kasa no but na nka ne kasa ne de ofa obia wonim ya mamre obia wonim Ghana ya mamre especially Asante amamre
oba no so ye kaniba
good
ofri adanse mamu
good aye adanse
obuase
adanse boase enti kire se wonim amamre pa
ana mu ni ye hwan dia
emu ni ye se ya mamre mu no se obema no to a eye bema na busuafo na sie no
the moon you omodia
yes enti wona wokura na woye oba kunafo a wotie yie mpaso a ade ato wani enti
die ti kura na yese yanchia wo nsam
yanchia wo nsam tire se wonni ani a wode ba jejeje saa ne ma no ho wode ya wote wona wusu ena ebia
enti tesa wonyi ntumu se yacheje na manakasa
ofase
ka wan fi yan yankade na besi
eno na me kan because wanyini wote we wonsa wanye kura se wa wo mu ahen ensia wasaya sofo enti wonsa ofa yani aye
eti kwa kasanka be yedan
ena me kan ena na nsane ne no obi asene me video kwa bena we so obi tia no mudi watam wona me se ne sempa
ma yentie oba ne kakra
yo
Oma Pia Ghanaian Chronicle onse we publication bi o say asem no obuso we minu say yedan Jombedi akon na betwro awe de mitira anye yi masolo fori na twro ye Jombedi akon sempa ade na sempa o say was John Kumah poisoned? Widow files complaint with Accra police. Say complaint says saying se enye poison de kum ne kunu na kwadwo smart se poison dia the wahine ba se poison dia kwadwo smart mra mekire poison kuro na se kwadwo smart ba no obeka se eye ukunu na ka kire me a ye bekwa akonyane amu na busa no
and
the kwadwo smart process wo frɛ no na kwadwo smart ka se oh ukunu na nimi di nkomo na ukunu ka kire me se ya poison no a se bekwa akonyane amu no
aside Captain Smart de no ya wo radio presenters bi wo Kumah ba kokra ye sports presenter wo se eda no a wo mu ye program bi wo ho na o mu wie ye no one John Kumah tnas be more than 1 hour na o bono nkomo enia akoso wo ne redeem wo se wakọ China ya wohoro ne system no mu ahene mprensia tira se eniema enkofo a omo be men no a wo fantime yare ya
kwabna de wo mu no so no se obayi enka ni kunu de kum no on wo se nya poison ne kum no
no wo ye de hunu ye
na owo doctor for Ghana ha wakọ hospital wo Ghana ha wakọ hospital wo India wakọ hospital wo Germany enti obi ntimi hu ailment kura na ye treat no no se ukase sa ailment we na ye treat no a does it mean say sa ailment ne kun no ana because obi say obetimi anya ailment bi say moja mu kokuram unse ya no mo kan leukemia what leukemia da
what for first day I met ye no na ye woman rain
okay
there were ball restaurant woni de wo yemi ni papa anti me penase
what say
na wasi wanya bi
wanya leukemia
nti ehwo ne first day I met that word leukemia
eye modwa mo kokuram eye echimu na wo do mpemu no so ahuno onse moja na wo mu no ozi ye wo white blood cells and ye wo red blood cells na white blood cells no etimi sachire mu uncontrollably na wakwa impede red blood cells no se ombetimi aye adwuma no ma fight infections a etimi ba owidium so ahuno na abehunu se unompem titru se won said tane tintra na se wonan wo se ne dompeni mu ohwew ne dompeni mu ohwew ema wofon abra wuntu anamo se wopese wofon so ahuno enti ade a ya na sare eye moja mu kokram no normally be se mfie num nyade a so ya hunu ade betimi ama afiri hokra but ya manage yesisia no so hunu na basa so na moja so at no ya anemic enti eba no end stage you know avon se aduane kura no wuntimi ni aduane kese so di aduane kakra bi so hunu na ade a ya so hunu wan kasa udofu yi ababa we ya woni ne ye fine pa kwa amsia baba we so hunu ya woni ni kunu bi ne kun no so woni sa baba wa ne tenase na obusa no se sen ne sitie so obi nya leukemia ade a wo ba no kura bebre wo ba no wo bebre so enti duba bi na se keka ne se ya no ya na emu ya kakra so because within 5 years say ye be hunu se bia ye wo no na chese de besie de na ebesi ye basa na ya na wunnim se ade sei na ha me
na no na betumi ekume
basa na wunnim se ade sei na ha me edu guys sounds o hene ba kan say ono de wo Fred doctor won kran na doctor ne kire na duru a onkonkoto
yeah
strong na wo sha ase na bia kimo no kura so tumi kokofa wo how e de brew so no na fe na ensem bebre enti one would have thought to say doctor hospital wa Ghana ha omo hospital kama baby omo sprinters road ho so no na ba kono so East Legon Hills so no ansana German si wo ho ansana enti nipa ni di nkomo enye ferry so
Debi
say bibi say about empire ne ye bo say
woton wo yade akura na wonya no aduro
ibu ekura de chese woton a wonya ya ho aduro nti hia se obeton don enti so obi ka say wahini ba asem wo kan no is it a fact say 23rd of October BBC watamala na obi en deny
yes and of anam ehwe nim say also you say asemi dance ya utabi ho ya dance ne honorary ade ne ye nipa no wogina ho enna nipa nso a obobo wo mu din no ebi ti ase enna Captain Smart started kasa ansem no na John Kumah nwuye wabobo nipa bi din ti se Chairman Sabonsu wabo obi din ti sa ndi apia kubi wabo sankofo nyina din obi anso ma abonten be kasai
fi so bun fi no
but offer fi ne sai mini nokura wom
ye tete nokura wom na yes
ebia na ye nokura because ohene ba kan obobo tema wuntumi din tema wuntumi ya ne boss a woni ne aduma wotua ne ka
ma men kenka James Mensa ayi bi ode ba say ADAKABRI and Kwabena, will you stop adding pepper to the wounds of Mrs. Kumah? Don't you have a modicum of milk of human kindness and feeling? Wait till you are in similar situation like the woman and you know what time it is. Wait. And says what ban the nano to if you say nya the one be say you present a big can be into be yano. Asem ase ne nya asem ketwa yi ya no why Uncle James
we for my yin no
Uncle James ndi we mu and I was say why enye necessary
wala ono ankasa amamre mu se ni fie na sa asem we yesi en obi na mabonten wo ye interview ka ono obefa ne sei wo obefa ne sei
Sandra Banafosu no de abeduru no say ADAKABRI Captain Smart must be arrested and treated as a prime suspect because from the narration he gave as far back as 3 months ago means he was in connection with the alleged food poisoning. Because how did he manage to know all the locations to which the poisoning occurred? I am saying on authority that he knows the people behind it. Ghana police must not waste time at all. As for the GJA president, he is one of the most useless presidents ever. Now, journalists in this country have turned themselves into pathology. Journalists now also make up Kotiaba Sandra. But you smart one can say Kumasi, Wamubo Kumasi locations in Kumasi. As I'm better to see Kumasi, yet Tamalias of Nieka. And the Mobi Antina Mishas, I may say, Emma Obi and Jim Mrs. Kumah, Diukuna, Nesu, na some Cassia na to one, what it? Una winim at the Kurane Hawukun. Nim so aka swamp I say na wonim ade dra be mo bi ajejewo e mo bi anjejewo
na why you din na what you baby
e mo bi anjejewo
so na kuna fo e ni 1 week mpo
mo bi anjejewo
na 3 days we see me koye interview
e ma obi anjejewo so e ma obi anjejewo say party bi be free say enkrofo de en say kire yeso enu nti
na we ni bi edikan we ni bi edikan
o mo ye kan enye jese
we nya de edikan Professor Mansi wu ya mo kan emisate wu ya mo kan wan kojo ba were du wu ya mo kan enti John Kumah de ya fofo
enti ema obi anyeje oba atra no na emu oya mientie oba no
yo
ense mo kan na fe soso no ye nyina no yensua se die na ebetimi aya moja mo kokuram jese yare ya yo yare ya yentie oba no
na yɛbɛhyɛ aseɛ no ka wobɛka akyerɛ yɛ nyinaa ne Ghanafoɔ nyinaa kwan a wofa so ɛhyia dɔfo a Nyankopɔn ato nsa afrɛ no
ɛda Ghana man ne wɔtiefoɔ nyinaa sɛ ɛnɛ anafemmerɛ ɛmi sɛ ampa wura John Kumah Johnny. She somewhere 2005. So na maybe secondary school for kra 2005 na me share one crime. Specifically Malam Road. There be ana me kwa adwuma SSN me adwuma na ono so besina kwa adwuma so awie university. Sa obesina kwa adwuma na ishia he. No sio mame mesika tofom no si gata ne mu fama me. Ti o fama me na mesindana sina me top plantain chips no se me to bi man. I'm sure. Mesika ndi aka ene eje plantain chips na me wi na bi na wi. Obusa mi din ni baby amete. Some so time no naja enkra ha ma be di pa na me hye ni baby te. Ti me kire me nyonko bi fie. Ampa ne kwasi adam hu na or the Bible shana mutu mu a waba ho say or like after church he just want to come and say hi. And that's how our friendship began. Immediately now, mommy who say he's going far and he really mean business with me. Until not long after, it's exactly 1 year. Yeah, exactly 1 year after our meeting, we got married. And we've been together for almost 18 years. Yeah, 18 years. So that's how we met. We met in Accra here, and it was love at first sight. He has been my mentor, my teacher, and we've been together, both good and bad times, even way before he became an active politician. I won't say politician because he has been a politician from school days, but actively, I think we were together when he had his first appointment from Honorable Alan John Kojo Martin. So that's how we began. We have been together since until just this unfortunate weekend, Thursday.
So we've been told that when this sad incident happened, you were with him. If you could just paint a picture to the people of Ghana, the circumstances.
I wish I would not be asked to narrate this part, but yeah. He returned from Germany on Sunday. Monday he went to work, very strong and active. Tuesday he went to Parliament, but Tuesday he realized that he was not that strong. But he returned all the way from Germany just to attend the 6th March. So he was determined to be at Ajuso just to be part of the 6th March. I tried everything to discourage him, but once a soldier, always a soldier, madly in love with his country and what he is doing. So he left, and then I think Wednesday, and I called him and the voice and sounded well on the phone. And I make a chance say, on try so beba. Accra na on returning back to Germany, but that's no funny thing. So I decided to drive to Kumasi. So I drove to Kumasi. Unfortunately, me drove no more Thursday around 7:30. We drove on na my husband couldn't move. Na he didn't need ambulance. Until me pack me jam me car ne de ma me brothers say omo fambra na meeting ambulance nim. And pa meeting him he went this high and then gave me a thumbs up, which mostly a sign or yes sir, naturally say, oh, I'm in control, don't worry. That's see, I felt very relieved, say, oh, you're okay. But yeah, I'm quite so I'm saying yet tough. So around 11, I'm going to say, rather he showed a sign of why we leave the Ankasa. And then no sweaty earlier. No, after Musa said there was no sweat, but I have a little medical background. We share machine is not who say no. Things are dropping and she done encouraging. Though the doctor, I was with the doctor, the personal doctor, and so on and so can, as well as the technicians in the ambulance. They were all trying to comport themselves and no more yes movie, but Memphis as a pastor there, that time I was seriously praying, trusting God said but unfortunately I'm say that 11:35 now the doctor raised the alarm and said no, any nearby hospital na man for rest na on timi mano CPU and Saka na yatoaso and na no musenya constant oxygen na on shade. He wants to stabilize him. And the nearest hospital was Suhum. Yes, ye faho and I didn't rush Suhum. They promised ye be oma near any delay at this. Me say quickly they brought the oxygen. Doctors came out. Not long ago, no back actually me say the ambulance need in a buy, you know, and you're strong. I say so I should take another car, 9 Fanco. Now I'm the neighbor 37. Na me say no. And she done your story, Papa. It's not simple, but I say me who na sign when I know what necessary. I actually say any panico. Finally, Dr. ADAKABRI no catch me say they did their best, but
So this was about what time?
That's around 12:20. Yeah, I think the time confirming that was 12:20. I think the reason why I remember that time say, hey JK, we are way at this hour. You can't live like that. But unfortunately, I was hoping that me them say omuna 18. So I insisted so I am fanembra. Me wujidi unyami mu say obepa any peduani mu biem. But as at now, I'm still hoping that a nightmare. Sorry, I said prank, and I said miracle. I'm still hoping.
I can understand your pain, but following the sad news about your husband's death, there's been so much commentary about speculations as to what killed him and all that. I'm sure this has come to your knowledge. What are your thoughts on this speculation that is going on?
In fact, that aspect saddens me more than even his dismay, because I believe he's with God. Even if he's not here in body, I still believe he's alive, and definitely everything will go on. But the way they are speculating about his death is really unfortunate and it's discouraging. And in fact, Mama is disappointed in even the legal systems in Ghana. Argentina obi aye bold eka and some say onipa odine ho abo for say ama mine. This guy lived all his life for this nation, right from campus. And if indeed say obi a poison ebra na oye adwuma ama omai no any the political party, why should we sit down and not bring that person to book? Now, just say then this country is not worth living. In fact, living for left alone to talk about dying for. If it's true, say obi timi nipa or ye living being on your ghost to say on him how my husband died, that he was poisoned, and that person is still moving around for the past 3 weeks. Just say ayeme jana ayema rehona minim how America asem no say emre bi was as a crew mu a ekasampa. I think this is the time, and I'm telling the laws of the land and even the leadership of the land that they should bring that, that wicked man, that I don't know, the Captain Smart is all chireno, omumbe inimpi. And yes, on my way, me and Casami Mubabi and Pun over sumo mine. If say the Captain Smart say ka, me de minim ni se mi kunu yare. Minim se mi kunu yare. But the Captain Smart say ye poison. No evidence, no mind we say a maya, a was will be soon. Now or didn't cry to Homa, or Mama no credit neddy. And yes, sir, me and Casampuna Mekano, no child of my womb will serve this country. Because now it's very disappointing. How can a guy who has dedicated his life, why say now will be in the name of journalism, cheap propaganda, can some way speculate so or fatter. I don't know that's what you media anyway, ye nipa. Ebia nenye mikunu yare ne kuno. But the also onima te krono. Mo manena. Omo momontia e manipano. MP na Captain Smart emechire me. Kameta se. Pans otimi yi evidence ni yi nipa ni pie ma me ankameta na se. Na kameta na se na me nim se John Kumah we free by two body ntwene. Ye wo enimdiefo wo man mu ye wa doctor fo omo nkoso ni enanka omo ni nyina omo maye hu cause ade ya ne se wahwera de na wo dwene ho na media ne nso a ewo omo eno nso sakra I say kura tu na omo sisa mekogu. That is how I feel this year. Oh no we did nam ha ye kunwe ya yesi na sebi se yete ha de Kumah ye nyina ma oman ne abusua na sampani ampa so obi a yesi ne yentimi anye hwea ne abusuafo ne nyina so ye ni adwene nti media de mesa me fa mo media yi so enkwan kodro mampani ho se besre no Captain Smart so nim de okumi kuno ti omomode ama Captain Smart moaye na de okumi kuno no yemchino na de mrase ye mamra ni ni
ba said ya wo chero ebusua de edim se modehie no se be yare ene beto no kwan mu ena yare nti ena mode ma adwen mu no yakopon aton sa afre no eno ne kwan na na
eja minimi kuno said ya meka ena ati yare ba me na menene ne ko Germany ebra ye ko pray ye minim doctor bi anka nkyere me da se poison ba kumpa komikun mo jemu ye minim ni se yade ene ye diagnose ye we around August ena ye di akira na yako jonkuma ginai oye bi ofade adimu wama wan show akukudrumpa yenya ye de tiase eye de wa papa show ye pains ana wonam and so wan show pain that de na was ugina ye bia of pain mu na waye and one motto behind this scene that we don't do what is convenient, we do what we are commanded to do. We are not living out of convenience, we are doing what is necessary. It's not about now, it's about the future, it's about impact, it's about legacy. So in spite of all the pain he endured, and then all the shame crying from the bedside everywhere, into Dr. Bia me day one I've been me a part of the medical team, both Germany and this place. Obien will catch them with that say a poison. There were medical reports I will have both from Germany and this country in can poison yourself. Obien can food poison. And say I am a mama. Ye me dear send them it here. Minimiade kubikunu. Any poison. Me a sofu. Minjina ham pe cheap fe enfanje she. Inti adi nkumikunu menka se kuno. Sebi se obi adi aye John Kumah. me papa ni kura was just 16 years. The last born of 4, on D5. So we been uprising papa ya. Me the first person I me pese me. And oba be shon kola ni nyina mama. But me my enfat ya. Eni mu pese de to papa wa bobra. 45 years now. Omo kan say just no. John has lived more than some 90 years. Omunya a better opportunity in life than him. So I won't say what is not there. As far as I'm concerned, my husband was sick. I know the sickness. I won't lie. And that's what I know, it killed him. So if anybody know anything, I want to know.
So as we begin to wrap up this conversation, I know that there is a popular pastor around who has been fingered as having prophesied and all that. We are told that this is a pastor that you know personally, you have had a relationship with. Can you tell us a bit about it and why the claims that he makes should be discredited?
Again, I don't know, this country, no, anyone who say omoka asembia obia en hold you more responsible. Into obia per se onya ni fame ananse oba public notice na ope obia owa bonti na wodi ne ho abata no akeka nsem. Niger Gazi, let me go straight. Niger Gazi was like a brother. Only lawyer John Kumah personally, one-on-one. Yatne fie editida, that is how far. O free akwanti mubaya or best start as of way back or start on one ministry. Church, Disciples of Christ Ministry. Obao, Mia Minini program. Let the prophet speak. Intimidating no one-on-one. Where even somewhere November that John Kumah is seriously sick. Me I saw 4 days. As someone told me, I'm gonna me run first. Many fathers, Ghana ha father or woman more ebia no ankasa John Kumah no crote se sofo oye sofo ankasa wo preach oni mu no na nipa no ofa or special place for pastors. The men of God you knew omo agro, including Tamano or Jason Niger Gazi ye nyamini papa ono kura no ka omo a omo wo ni pay rules Niger Gazi enti wonim asem ni nyina se papa ne yare a wo ya we ansana wonim asem ni from August November nyina and na 31st okojina na water so twas ankontompo no and wo di santro no che say and the way crowd she said you pick asem no say yes say Ghana deputy minister. Meanwhile, you know this man, you know his name, you know his house, you know his wife, one-on-one. So why do you have to lie? And then what Bejino say, what Shenkoma Manabim? And true, we are Udubenya Day, Unhuno, and Bezia, no, what Yare, our name, that in so or no fano. Na Niger Gazino, the Emiana say, Otimi Hunu say, Obiare, Ohuni Mapen. On say hunko for ye na ope woman and the Yamin Chantre no. Ohu Ghana pennyfo nsem beto on. Ono ani fie na odi wode masema ma na yere firi on ndi ohu ye. Eni di ohu ye me am say busane se de enti an church obeko bia na yapam no. Baby obedu bi okofo obi yere. Enye obi say I'm a woman of God. Min gina radio so eni sa de no. Mi gina yam Niger Gazi is not a prophet. A fake man of God, a cheap liar, and a womanizer. From obi oyi enkofo yere and odi echiri. Me am jina ombu adempo oni ni die. And I can't challenge him anywhere. This is a painful moment, and I don't expect anybody to take unnecessary advantage of us. No, bisanidi and say a relationship. On be here no ano. Die enti na ema ene ontimi jina ya sorry dem ho emba altar so me preach bi. Dintina even Church of God oboase the whole Ghana Kumasi ontimi nko hobiem eno na omenya nkopon ena na di na oma ne ho ahoden a odi be gyan nkofo yere emususo ne omo ho nko na amane nkwa awa na so sise ya na obedi na sofo die ni dia onka hyen koduru John Kumah de wawie ni die ono na so ye sofo ye gyan ni nyina amanyame onyame ndi ni ntamasem de me woka kire na no kura bia nim ɔyɛ torofoɔ wonim sɛ John yare ɛna ɔyɛ aware ɛna ɔde kɔhyɛ nkɔm. That is not prophecy, that is fakeism.
So, Mommy, as we begin to wrap up, we know that there's a difficult journey ahead of you and the family. Since you are a woman of God, I know you know the scriptures and you are going to fortify yourself. But generally tell me, how is the family that John Kumah has left behind? How are they faring?
It's not easy. Both his mother and father, nobody's taking it easy because I can't fall back and say you do time I energy as from and etuato. It's not simple. I think said the Okano, some of us from where we are standing, and then you name our papa na pray. So sometimes we take consolation from Nyamia Semu. And the fact is, I prepare you movie. And yes, simple and Kwalani, and yes, simple, but I know what John wants. He doesn't want me to break down. He never wanted me to see him in pain. Oshia Miana me a soft girl, young girl, 18 years. The motive I want just to train me as a strong woman. And I'll accomplish it. Say, and son of me be this of until Yashaya one thing say, yeah, rather no, we want to live to appreciate his memory because we know say that is just a transition. I know he can hear me now. Yeah. I know he can see me. And it's biblical. It's biblical. That is not the final thing. That is not fatal. It's just a transition. And he's in a better position now to view all that we are doing. So this is the time to make him proud. This is the time to defend his legacy and to take care. I know Nkolani Shisha, Johnny is certain that we won't put him to shame. Yenim di ope, ebe ye bechina. Esu di aji ensemwa esubi, ye nipa. And so deep down in us, we know he's with us, and we are strong. We are trusting God all the way, and that we know that God will see us through. Among all the things, Ujaye Nyame, one place and any chiho, and it's obey Bibia Menyame. Obey even in the last day. Sorry, them changing him a baby. It cost him a lot, but he insisted that he say pet the best for God. And he, meaning say John is with the Lord, and he's seeing us. Yeah, share one thing. Nah, I know many papa any new anomeka home. In fact, you put in Kwani, I should have gone a man in Ashra, I share one day. Because John wants us to be strong. Or no cry, he stays strong till the last.
Mrs. Lillian Kumah, and what's in it? Speaking strongly, or Yawa Odie, and Orca, or say, and your poison, and a kum, Nukunu. The city says, Doctor for non so, and Omo in him, say, leukemia no krano. What do we know about it? We munyina no hwehwe a bia obehu na yenyina no yabo ye ho ban se edien na akoso nti Barbara ahwe strong words for Nigel Gazy. What do you want to say? Nigel Gazy strong words for him. Words are Obana de describe one. Yeah, ne do baby na
Ofananka eseso nyabotre kakra.
Do baby say na ye o.
Na metre se na nkofo a ewuo ne nkofo a ya ensem a ya kan de afa nkofo ho no enye ono ne nea wodi kan nti nanka esese onya abotre kakra nanka esese onya abotre kakra cause I said the nensam kan bi de o ka kire na the gazes ono kra so ya sofo nti se obi nso e describe no saa na ni beji ana ebe no de ende ebe ka so na mo attack ma na mo attack ma but o se nensam a na wo keka no a ofa ano ade
Banisa ya na we can say the focus no any the area asumi ya na
nanka minyaya nka yendi ni kunu no na wura huo no kakra
but say arehosam
ba o ma I say yani a yesuma John Kumah no ordene de no abet said de yawo no kura no ense da anye we but sabi wafanya de wobeti nyina na sese ubua wo anya de obi aka na sese wo kem
multiple myeloma is a type of cancer that affects plasma cells, which are a type of white blood cell. The exact cause of multiple myeloma is unknown, but certain factors may increase the risk, such as age, family history, exposure to radiation or certain chemicals, and certain genetic abnormalities. It is a complex disease, and further information can be obtained from medical professionals or reliable sources for a more detailed understanding. Kamera, if you are not you, be non-chronifa, and your boy mama near say, me director, I war VIP, a Jerryasi, or Lusunere, Auntie Amelia. It be quite a junior man. Na I was some dispatch team, ma ye cook massive through the night. But na kwabra kwachen so program into no. Na me mint me nku fiada na nadwo no a. Na o se me twen na me menda no. Me koduru me menda na nadwo. Just within 24 hours no kwa me koduru ye kusi nura through nura anopa kusi anadwo. Just eja wiase just a man na ayere no. And normally say ya mamre mu so oba bibi kura say esusi a ye tu oba bre wa ma omoko tratra ne nchen ye nya no nti we I'm wondering say na nka oba panyin bi wo hwa komo mane nkasa because me hwe eja wiase ete wonom na wiamo aso hini na te bonkumi mampo asan mu hini so na te nifa na chese himfuni mienu eye dan na ye ja kura say janka bibi so ahuno Osi say yeah mesanka chen say ja quickly o say mesan be ya ho boa na mesan back to Kumasi. It me just no pay ya na me see mu a me de be duru yi and o hwese me kura on say me ho basa ye kakra me de te ase ye de awura mu ase enti ubusa wo ho say ya mamre mu no say na esi handle ewuo titru say oken akwada panyin o mu kura de mfinhia du nsia de usua mfinhia 9. It is said that James Manson can sensitivity. A bus ye cast, sir. And the one will be
also offer any quine say or no canasem. One
could be grabbing me a camera.
Any quine say, Ukuna for one offer make and 10 she say, as some two now quiet interview.
Then me busa say, why na Gigi no because I say yenny Gigi no.
There be what for be to me at the Joe but to what pa be ye and one I win ye no. Opa or Panu win some. Me person me your interview. There be many abre me swimming to me cassa. Me person me no cassa me pese eno choice no wo ye ho say ye be pese ye be kasa na say yen kasa because sa time no nya time a ukoye interview
But asam no so said ye sika no akwa ye delicate kakra ko wi say
enu onu na sese wo yi ano
just a nyon no so yi ano
da bi wan say wo wabusuam enu wasan wo political party wasan kwaya wo man no asset because oye nyina ye deputy finance minister enti anya wo ena sese wo ba be kasa
na emum na journalist no tim ko busa na baby
ena metre se journalist no a wo ko bisa no journalist no anya ade ena ono anso na ni kwan so wo kasa ete se asoma bana me kan se na enum wo bibisa esi ena nka journalist ni ko ye akwala ketewa bi interview bibisa na si ye ade a wo mu di ye journalist no pa ebe me se is it Christian true yes na nkwala no ena ba akoko ye akwala ni interview na dia Ghana for the year no because akwala no dia na ukobisa no
because kwabri eba say no o open no ho app because see ahwe video bi ahase aba social media video a vice president of the republic na wakokwa kwachi program yase na another costa S7 no na Canada Japan gina nchen na say voices no enye audible kakamra beti say na ne yate aduane ama vice president na honorable Canada Japan ate aduane ne bi ka hwe
wow
na won mas mo ka kire no
David
we ka se concern hi ba no yeah that's a video na down mo no yate aduane no ma vice president no na honorable ka kire say Mr. Vice, I mean, take a grand career that I am a customer poison. That is how serious. As I'm now, I could do. It is a whole vice president in Ukraine because say ordinance obetia than be but as a vice so as I'm proud TBD na yanya sure say bibia enim and the bia na sa some not gaining currency to the extent to say and then obia as a obia so hwe no
ofana saa niama no nso untumi endi hutim say it doesn't exist ofa enya politics mu nko a ewo edumam ewo fiem
but
ewo mmea hodo
the family no could have caused a hospital no doctor na ohwe no Ghana no the family could have caused a statement from the hospital say he was being treated for this ailment.
Yeah.
And that would have cut short than someone says, Obana open him up.
Yeah.
Ama obia
Ofananka, I think say asam no ba foforo no a. Eda party no. A owom no. Anase na busua no. Ena nanka se omu take up. Eba no se kasa. Anase
and no offer.
Yes.
Because no offer no crana or ye a drop approach a henny say no.
Or your henny offer you want henny.
Which is why ye been somewhere this year. And now near say fiadano. Udu juso na udu any actually quaso no. Dona so on me, but or down a bans and on me. Abba. Now or down within or down a crow a shame me a friend a drop approach. Ain't ya nun tina John Kumah League a chambers no. The friend a do approach chambers. Ain't no a do approach no. I say udru hanma approach. Udru hanma approach no not just say omako abeso bama ye de nsano ye de kwa koma wo hene kese e wo kumase ahenkuro mu so hono edu munya duru sa bia no a na just wo tucha na pro ne sa enti na me ye free kuro no adu approach. So udru ha prowoche just tucha ma no so hono enti wo hene no ho no no wo hene no wo fa ase ene John ti John ne ye de hye e wo adu approach. How say this here?
Ene na enka meka se ebia wo mu handle niam yie because na nka ni kwan poso wo mu makwan ma wo ba no ye interview na nka wo de say ye wo de ye nsu ne kakra ɔn say initially ɛbaayɛ no party ne kura issue statement say wɔn flag kura wɔn ma no mmra
half mast
good nti nanka ɛsɛ sɛ ebusua no nso
because hospital na ehwɛ no Ghana ha no say doctor no kura issue statement so now oba hospital say but no so bia oba can say hypocritic of no so no makwan say doctor no so betimi aka say na me hwɛ no for yare say
oh fa say doctor no won say doctor no enim nneoma kyɛn nti nkase sɛ ebusua no ɛne a doctor fo no ne party no dinkita ho na omuma ye information ebia enkachi minim sɛ bia wo mu bɛyɛ saade no na obia wakasa kasa fa ho bia no na nkatu atwa because omagyae ma ye kasa dodo ye kasa ne yere no nso kasa bie but when we say amamre mu no
na kasa ye betwa kasa so da
wo fa sɛ wanhu wasɛm ka de ayɛ kama wo sɛ wanhu wasɛm ka yɛ
kama if we say ye can poison obi can be a etwi obi because it's a
obi ka bibi etwi obi
ansa
obi ka bibi etwi obi na sa asantemantem wɔ no a MPP kuoma na bi kura issue statement bi anora sɛ sɛ vice president nim na so koyi obi vice president ana sɛ running mate a we be true
it will be a stab and a betrayal
stab and the back o say baby it will be a stab and the back I say wa wono asa wono na chi
it nature say akwakoye say bibia no just ye no politics and na a term chance or say what kind of silly society are we breeding? Must everything be politically painted? So what happened to our pure African culture where the dead were made to rest devoid of dirty public utterances? So no o say na asie and ya obi wuye na otwekra mayo enti ye ni na wotwe dakora o and na aye subject of public comments ntina me busa say so obi can say poison ni ade ase ye nyia no a ka be ye den
ka vankanka he kanka hwe
ye nyia no a
say mo na mo ka kire yen say okura wo hye dwaye no obi be yi wontuma untu america nkodi na chi uja no a ono akwa wa pe bibi akata ho ko wo baabi nti nya nsɛm nyina na ye yi ano
eti sɛ ka nyianu bi ama kenya dia enimguasie bi aka emu no ɛda hɔ no
over last week wa ho ɛyɛ assembly safo na ehini assembly pono Kwame Eugene de woto nwom no sɛ wo tie mi a ofa pese ma respect na buna sɛ obi a wo tie mi bia won kan kyerɛ Kwame Eugene sɛ me salute no ne house help ano one ne tie
Rabi no
wo free wonom yes your friends Mele
Mele de ne de
Mele Mele call ye ɛna Kwame Eugene ayemi say Kwame Eugene tia me say Kwame Eugene yemi say Kwame Eugene kyerɛ me kwam Kwame Eugene what is what abeka bibi excuse me to say onim preko nwura techem dabi na Mary ni tipa ne Kwame Eugene na Kwame Mary aka bibi na Kwame Eugene nam station to station na wakoyi ano na metia no wa frɛ me sɛ wo biti station bi so tawa da po na o kan wo de me se wa me da bi me ya ba sa de jano na on de on keka de opese woka anya nsɛm nyina na yeyi ano
nsɛm nyina
na yeyi ano
emma obi kwan ma ɔhyɛ ase sɛ ɔtwerɛtwerɛ nsɛm ana ɔka nsɛm fa ho nti nyeri nyina na wo sɛ otwe wadwene ti so
enya ofa enkasa nipa koro ho
because wunim de edi akire
nipa jejefo time bonsam
nipa jejefo
what time bonsam ene ya jejewa sisi
so se sha se busa se kwan na jeje no
yeah interview ya wa ye
da enne da
wa ti say ono no anka mimi suma no ono no de no I say ofanka minim se kunafo kura de enko kasei oh mi super hini me mintumi nkasa
keduru ba bi kura na ko be choku on the tears
no sunti yani a ya tenchen no ye hu oyawo no na ye sum bi aboa wo but sa wo watete wo wura ye interview wa watete le wura mu wo ye interview iti anipa no a wewuo no a ne Yesu no
say nipa no we nipa papa
yes
no
John Kumah de unya nipa ba akokora wo boni dimbone John Kumah de
what don't you think say sad discussions on the poison no onyini say na again currency na the unnecessary fear but say we can say that can be say Vice President Kurano Ken a man aduane no na wo hwe se Ken atie aduane ni bi na comment say echi maminti bi na echinanko just die na betimi aba say even Kurano say woman vice aduane a was a host no etibie ma vice no ye rest assured say host no atibi so unyi ni say sa poison some no
asem bi wo hono mo awo fa ne say asem asi wo despite media samimi din kan ekotena station so kirekire mu a enkofo fa meme de no say eye no kure sanse me wo mu bi edano a last week ya wo bo ohene ba voice no me ti wanu mu a me tie no awu say ohene ba no ebe chema wuntumi ena asam no a wo ka no so oye eye witness ena o ka asam no nti na eye de pa se meka se minji de wo ka ni ena nya se bia wakwasa kukuam oti radio station so amansan etie no ena wo kasa
kwabni
otumre nso a wo kiresie
kwabni wakana sam bakwabna se ube chema wuntumi a no ma mienu na chema wuntumi ebeka akiro obeka akiro se ohene ba ha na ni kakra ohene chema wuntumi enedua wona ne kasa obeka akiro se in as much as no ohene ba ye witness to this you know but oyusu we say oh hi na ni kakra asat na no memeneda this was chema wuntumi's position oh hi ohene ba
wadarumo na wo kan
me say asat memeneda chema wuntumi position say ohene ba hi na ni kakra
ewo emudi
ewo nsem na wo kan ye no esi chese asem ni si nanso oh hi na ni kakra so hono and second point ni say asat na no memeneda no hotel no mpo enfre wo mo apologize asat na no memeneda hotel no mfre chema wuntumi mpo apologize in the light of even the SCA cry they be we dey sorry and I said there na kasa no mu no unso ahine ba mani look like say strangers be na dey aduane ne baaye when that is not accurate enti sa narrative ne baaye no edi aba be share enkrofo mu enti na be share enkrofo mu no ekowie say afi wo yire kura no a usuro say odi aduane mawo a wanhwe na bibi wom enti based on that no do you not believe say na wo say omanma enya eye categorical emphatic statement a bit dispelling the view say it me poison crofo at will sana
of our dawrumo DNC chema wuntu me kwan say ono nso beka bibi menim say okọ Donkuma fie no in fact osun papa chama wuntumi sun ye yesi be me nsu but osun papa
it uncommented publicly
osun no
ono ano ho it uncommented publicly oh enye asem na
da no amfa ni sun wo de ko wanso ko sun
but se bia ono so wo underlying condition bia kasa underlying condition so because yafunu yare on se na no fia da na ni ha me kan se yafunu yare ya yafunu yare ya papa
wafa
nes ye
se wo yem kura keka kakra
yem kura keka kakra enti won se oba ne kan se ni kunu na bre mamen kenkan a professor at the university comment bia or send here the by na me wia kai me na menka asresem kakra so mema me ensen omkodi nkontomre me so be di matem so I say good afternoon my brother. I am listening to you guys and totally disagree with Kwabna. The poison narrative was gaining currency and putting fear in everyone, especially members of the MPP. This needed to be corrected, and the wife was best placed to do so. And now we can narrow it down. Say na ehu bi ba say yedi nsuo kura mana ohwe say me ofase na nabi na nsuo kura da kekekeke na kodua ewia na ni ahwe nsuo no
over na de oye professor won de prof okay offer me a number kwa na me pepa ya confirm ba say ye no kura say nya no kura when the woman me confirm amere
because of Wendy.
Yes.
Oh.
Woman me confirm amere.
Oh.
So offer men dispute sa fear no emfrim. Sa fear no.
I confirm nam lean. So in fact, obi kura suffer from a cancer of the bladder. Last man said kan kura na. A number kwa ye kamfo man kura no akoko nam.
Asa anwanim.
Akoko nam.
Anwanim.
Na nti yadema say simple protein say akoko nam.
Yes.
Na yadema no. Nti the woman ni say sa kasa the way because I recall say Canada Japan was telling me any God Nazareth be there say mo se Ghana be share na ye mo the way mbesi afa kam asem no and be ma asem no aye on it was against the background say asem no kura bi anye sa na etie so no enso so no
mo ko ya say mo nsuo mo anye
na ongo no nsuo oh na say dey
enti a kire say asem no e beto odwa ehu kakraba na wo pa ka za obesumo bi so nta aduane mre
oh masuma krame kabne enipa kuma na form sa o
wa fa da form na nse dia da form
okay
fa na nse dia da form
se ehu
fa na nse wudi agura obi bekun atu
ate ehu be hye wo mu a eden ka abeka kura na omo ekuta offensive weapon omo komunipa no they are at will say omo kono no bi basa kura na obetimi apply your pen say offensive weapon no firearm no but say yedi denchem bonwunu hye mo wirem na say wo serve obi ana wo de agu ayim I mean say enough from sa so and poison cry no be so dey mo obi a e be pronounce no within 48 hours so emma bibia the body disagrees with no science be ebeba e dey wo mo an say
ba wo family ha wo kitu abi ne say ebra Donkuma nso ti ase no na wo wu ye o Captain Smart kan sansem we nyina no di wan ka ho hwe kura sampanimfo ye abubobo mu din nyina nti anya no kure honorable yase because I say nipa ben no wo mu didi nkomo
oni nipa di nkomo but onu nipa di nkomo no a kwabene ina ye mpanimfo kasa no o say the dead knows what killed him let the soul of the young doctor, lawyer, and deputy minister rest in perfect peace. But you, the what no, on the name of the no. Enti ma yen so enye so emma obey kunafo mekasa. Na fe no obey kunafo kasa no ebe ye subject to interpretation say I don't know can say I don't know when so I don't know when you say so no. Enti ni nyina ko wie say sign na yesi kasa ede eye ekroye ene ntiase ene odo eba yakwam dan say yen kasa ama ehu emmemu wo ye ni say no wo ka say obi de na aba ne yeken na wo fie te sen so hu no onyonkofo te sen ti say mistrust again currency ewo yasetena mu a afi se biaku kwan kwa na abesoma ne say onkonko senso mre
o fa na sa ne ma no nso mami in dispute say it doesn't exist. It's there.
Uchu adwunisi so mahu be se omu kwa.
Ofa wan hwe hu ye ya. Ofa wan hwe hu ye ya. Obi beku ato ne kwa.
Enu nti se wo kọ ba bi ekodidi a didi ansa ne wakọ ho enfuafu koto omo so.
That is it. Ofa metre say sa niama no yentumi nkasa is not part of our daily life.
Enya oyarefa he ya na graphic be ka kire say enipa 5 di wa che omu wuye.
Yes.
Ti kwabla twa adwini sisan me say food bag.
Ofa ya say ye.
It's a food bag. Wa wu fridge mu. Ya ye dundum kan ye soso ne ade no. Na se fridge no say E. coli, say Salmonella, unim eye bacteria. Betimi akwa no waduane mu fridge no mu a ubetimi akwa koyi wan hiti ni year na ukokodi a unim de betimi aye wo
ofa minim sa na asitena mu aprepre politics mu aprepre tumi pemu aprepre we ko nanim agame we tine we ya we ba dabai
ohine ba kasa wo kasa
dabai na wono ba dabai na me ba haja no na dada dei sa nioma ni nyina ka ofa eye ahye na sese yeye but yen dispute so fact ne say it's not part of our daily life. Part. Enipa bebre wo no ma ye poison wo mu kun wo mu. Wa bra wo mu time nso ye.
Enough from sir.
Enipa bebre wo ye de wo mu kon nro so kokun wo mu. Ofa nansan nipakum nte sa first no ana nipakum wo mu.
Enough from sir.
Oh ana de nipakum da fom.
Oh enough from sir.
Obekun ato ne kwa.
Enough from sir.
Yante no investigation by 3 sam na dwan na wo kọ. Na wo yine no wo ma na aye kunafo ni nyanka eso obi ahwe ne wo yie
emotions na dey kasa enough from sir enough from sir kra
dabi na ba le say na binom say onim na so okoyi obi wura ne metia party ni mu beche no
eno en na ye kasa ma ekro ye ba kasa ye kasa ma odoba ye ntam kasa ye kasa ma ye nyina no entiase ba odoba enkabomu ba enye kasa ye kasa emma ye fe ne san a disrupto ye system no na ye de ensa kire wo bi so wodun se kire obi so ka se da form sa
na form sa o ndie wo fa obi disi ekọ ye nyina nkambom ne nya baako Africa fo suban enya fa manyame ono ana odem ono ana ogiye ono abetua ne ko ono abekonoko
say obi
oni ya the Bible atete ya wure
mayam fayensa atete
yeche
mayam fayensa internet nkrofo so na enna fom sa na wodon say internet nkrofo so do say internet nkrofo so no na aye bibibia ewo ho no enti because enough from sao enough from sa kra enough from sa kra say obi fitin ya se me kun we na ampa no watimi akun
wo moto twene da
yo jabi
anybody wo moto twene da sa niam ani nyina ewo ho esi a part of our daily lives once hu ye ya obi bekun ato atene ofa wo ti ase a ne ye ka wo wu pe asa once hu ye ne ya 1 week ya koja wo wo ma no obi ampon kai wo mu bio ye we ye wie pe no ano no ye we ye wie no ano no
oba tampa ewo eye just so on me, but I'm passing. Yesterday, when I reached Linda door, I saw a confirm. I did not look at it at all. Though it's good meat, but I didn't buy. By the way, the woman is saying it is not poison. Today in Accra, I'm carrying my water and my food in my car.
That is it.
And we are some now.
Over oh, it's a time, you may. You frame. Over a down, my men for happy birthday. A mess I do it, wa usu safo. A mess I do it, wa usu safo. If a Miracle Temple Assemblies of God youth members in time, Omoma Awadapa. Almost renya mensira nkwantintin ya hoden wom yedie edema mes adwoaje wa usu safo happy birthday erade ensira na onya wokese
and to be the say Dominic Danso on Facebook. I'll say let us question the hotel workers. So no say adan ye dia de etimi dia agro say as at October 23 BBSC na as yet chairman of the MPP won't me on complaining my hotel managers no on complaining Emma environmental team of the Tamale Metropolitan Assembly on complaining my police so just say your friend no maybe say normal into as a social so no be no say there be a can no to sana
ma me penny bi a wotatie ye pa o ye ba me penny pa o wodin wo eniama akese be ye nan kura o say o ye surprise is it John Kumah's wife who is granting interview at this time oh no
so but ya jeje no a bianca and spokesperson be bit me akasama no bi obi oye close to her bit me akasama no because I feel na voice no obi ever because camera aduane a the food bag baby be bring ko for restaurant emom ko didima omo coffee even account credit go account a omudi aye wache ni ade and then when the baby be bring no maja account no omudi go wache because people could react to account no so no na omo ba ko bi susu a ne brofo no ese enchine bi white bi na man kwan ye de no sodium monodie ben MSG so no sanu manoma nyina no people react to it when they benya heartburns this year
of asama ye kan ni baby a wo de nam ne de emu wa wo
so
of kan ni ai
hwe
magi kibu asam
there be account plan
there watch poison I would say account
there be Russia poison bia de wunimu a ohene baka ya ne say omo akwa didi wo restaurant hotel no and a supply aduane wo tamale as at October and aduane no mudi wie no and omo fefeye no so hono and omo fefeye and o say since then no ohun panyini say the city eda and ne yire no say ono de no onim ne kunu no say ne kunu no ho mfa no onim yare kura na ha ne kunu no nti o dispel view no say ye poison bi na ekunu ne kunu nemo wodi adesrede base woni a wonim de poison ne kunu no brabeka na onna wase we say ebone
say nipa no waka wo mu aka nti ehia masa posifo bekwa akofre saafo no na wo mu akyere de wo mu nim say ye nokore say nya nokore but offer asem no a abeto dwane de ehu abonkofo obi a hwe ne ho yie obi a hwe ne ho yie
a hwe de hwe ho yie because e bi soso sorry a we invite the program a obedina furu nyina beba program no so hono anya da bia na wo say eyeka so hono eyeka ono kra okodwomu a ompese ototo no ma eboka so we invite no program pe no de na fu nyina di akire so ti ano so ebe cut back on adidie bebrebe wo program ase no so hono ni kwabla ko program adidi ansa no akọ wasika to de ni di fi ansa no akọ
tampo ye na me a ofa aduane na me di sei ye freti a me di sei
Yemi phone line kakra. No na etiefo no so no. Ye ne mo nche. So say gigi a ye gigi wo bay. There be yemi phone line kakra. Afo bi be kan bibi kura na ese etia wo ba no yemi phone line. Because Facebook live no kura no na ko ni ha sei wo beti say wo ba no ne ho nsem bi e be keka. Ni nyina kan obi na nsesenka open ho in the media strong. Na intimate transni ne ko we yen komo. Kwadwo Jesse Atenase of the MPP and Kwadwo Jesse of the MPP and Akogan of the NDC and Asafo Kantanka of the Movement for Change. Justice and the Movement for Change for also almost asim amax as a pawn market, century market, drop-on market, eco whole market, eco mafikumasi market. It's a movement for also no market strategy no saying and easy grow. Na ya you shall say na yamra di
nie enoma beto tode me baba no ho ade no twem so betumi a asew na obeka ya jontuma miensa duku potomanto this way chocolate drink na kan wo hye afibia so beri ni waware ne this way chocolate drink na kan sia asew udan kanu ntumu ho me be mo anu nsu hye kwa de aka ho wo hade a wapi ho o ka sa batete edafo mo this way chocolate drink
kra cha be pe baba ware
asew
ye fi ase this way chocolate drink ya sori anopa no ne ye ye be chef fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho a no ne de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne ye nom ana this way no ti anu a he se kire wom koko wom brick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so se
this way chocolate drink
de wo hia ani so se
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special ice natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
NIT 100.9 FM so any na enne Monday March 11 2024. The time just about approaching 12 minutes to 3. In the studios, Kwabako Ekujesi of the MPP, and then Akogan of the NDC, Safo Kantanka of the MFC, Movement for Change, Safo Kantanka Transi, and Akogan of the National Democratic Congress. Nafiso Sono, Kwabako Ekujesi of the New Patriotic Party. Na yembenjene na fair say MPP for betna se ama poison again grounds na create fear and panic say Koba Kwakujesi of the MPP obey nsu a yede ama ne studio ha say politely no was he yemfa nsu na ono asi form akọ ne ka mu ama wakofa ne nsu ede aba anti ne yire aka akire ne se okọ studio wa ahwe no akọ no nsu bia wabra ego ba ade na ihu ohun ade na ihu
ese asempese ofa ADAKABRI mama wa ha mama ma atiefo ne ahwefo nyina nso aha na mencha wa pamfo hu dia yehu fa yehu ayehu pa na onse asem yi beto hoyi chese abo bia pusa nti abusua de ese de bia ekoso kyekye omore nti se abusua 40 men ka wie ya yekoso ene omo etwa adwado atoe ne bosemo
Abesino.
beseno brechi so aboyan Ghanafoɔ nyinara mmabunu MPP amanyokuo adwosoman constituency adwosoman titiri of I say yɛwura John Kumah me ankasa deɛ mene no wɔ personal relation. I remember say somewhere in 2018-19 na yɛn din kan akɔ one district one factory secretariat or cantonment ɛna ɔno nso akyire yɛbɔ ne din sɛ panyin a ɔda National Entrepreneurial Innovative Program NEIP ano. Interestingly no oba cantonment that time no baby ani office wɔ no na ɔmo nso office hɔ bi yɛn nyinaa yɛ building plan yɛ the same structure yɛ the same wɔpɛ ɛna dan yɛn ntam nti ɔbaa yɛ na the first major thing ɔyɛ ne sɛ ɔbɛhwehwɛ ne neighbors ɔfaa ne secretariat ne mpanyinfoɔ nyinaa mande anɔpa bi sɛ ya na hwii ɔmo baa yɛ office sɛ ɔmo baa bɛkyia yɛn na afei na ɔmo nso ahyɛ ɔmo adwuma ase and that gave me a very different impression about this very noble gentleman. Nyame ato ne nsa afrɛ no. Very humble, very, very devoted. So ɔde Kumah ɛne n'adwene si nneɛma bi so ɔyɛ a nso ɔde ne ho nyinaa ma ɔpɛ nipa, very accommodating. Interestingly too, me Kumasi amu Kumasi afuni. Actually, me nimba busua nyinaa extended family, any nuclear family, nyinaa ye movie aba betena adwoso. Aya wo adwoso abankro. Ti me ko Kumasi bia ona ye me MP. Inti buwa me kudru Kumasi and ma sending a message. Also me ni town. Or town wa na me enhia. Just very receptive. Apart from on yourself said ye nyinaa ba beteto so for penipa sem just onu bia bo. Nti de magana fu nyinara na me de bia na asema those times otro e social media so e platforms so kan what is written is written. Nti enya banesa onyankopon pe enenim de beka kire ati asefo de be ya na se be susu ho ni akasa ni ya ahwe ni abompa ese nyankopon so be den ebehu ye mobo na yenso bibi biara ye de ahye nsa wo obrasa ase so ye betimi aye ni aye ni yie abone bra yie at the age of 45 years bigidi yie se enoma bebra nipa betimi de ni fie nyinara aye obi betimi de 80 years aye
betimi de 90 years aye bra kakra bi na aye interview baako eye owura alankwadwo kyerɛmatene ɛna ɛnɛ ɔno so ɛne naboafo ɔmodo mani kyerɛ ɛyɛ fra naja kokoduro ɛyɛ kpɔn kokotoa so kɔ New Akrade ɛkɔ Sanchi atimpoku dwem ɛwɔ asonjaman na baabi aduru sese no yɛnkɔ na yɛne odihunfo Jackson ɛyɛ despite media reporter ɔne alankwadwo kyerɛmatene nam yɛhwɛ saa market strategy sɛ naano wakɔ enkran ha makola okanhye abose okan kadeshi konkompe adeɛ ne dwada wɔde to aso kɔ tema community 1 kwasi adwa aso ɛkɔ ahyama ba Madina na afei ɔbɛbɛsene de kɔ kasoa ɛkɔ so aduro simpa ɛde ɛkɔ mankasim ɔmem ekoko wie kotokraba pedu eko edna ne wasan hyase a ene se wode enani akyerɛ kon New Akrade Sanchi atimpoku Jason mientie de ɔwɔ
over senior odi atugan exa pepepe na bebi o amfa kan won say free atimpoku no yekɔ Japan free Japan no yekɔ Hokrum ɛna free ho sisi a bebi e won ye free ha mafe Kumasi na ofa edu Japan no e ho na ora kyematen e di asem tuja na na asɛm a ɔde tu dwa kɛseɛ pɛ wɔ mu ne sɛ ɛyɛ dwapɔn hɔ a yɛwɔ starch factory a ɛno na ɛnam so menya adeɛ a yɛde yɛ ntoma ɛno ɛna ɛnam so ɛna yɛde yɛ ntoma ɛno ɔhyɛ mu kena sɛ yɛbɛkae a na saa ɛyɛ adwuma no anaasɛ adwuma no na akɔ fam kakra na ɛberɛ a ɔmampanyin kufuɔ baeɛ a ɔno bɛyɛ minister of trade no ɛnam so ɛma ne pagya a ɛyɛ saa dwapɔn textile industry no ɛkɔ n'anim nti sɛ nyame yɛ atom na sɛ ɔbɛyɛ ɔmampanyin a ɔbɛhwɛ sɛ ɔbɛpagya saa afidie no anaasɛ adwuma no ayɛ ne kɛseɛ paa na yɛtɔ so mmienu sɛ ɔbɛyɛ sɛ dwapɔn ɛyɛ kuro no ɔbɛpagya fi sɛ district a ɛbɛkɔ municipal anaasɛ sɛ ɛsɛ yɛ city kura no a ɔbɛpagya mu amana bɛyɛ sɛ sɛ dwumadie no a anaasɛ adwuma no ɛwɔ hɔ no yɛ adwuma a ɛhia kɛse paa ɛno nti ɔmɔmmɔ mmɔden a sɛ ɔno ɔmbɛto aba ma no na waba bɛyɛ ɔmampanyin ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana yɛwɔ mu ɔfa yɛfiri hɔ yɛde ani kyerɛ ho na ho yɛkɔɔ ho market no ɔfa ɛsɛ w'ani ɛnsɛ wɔ ka kyerɛ nipa a na ɛbɔ wura nkyɛmaten so ɛgye no so na wɔka sɛ yɛsesɛm ebi kura kan aka sɛ yɛdie mu yie ebi ka sɛ ɔmo deɛ ɔmo ti fɛ ɔsono na ɔfa bi a na mɛ ti akɔ ne ti yie ɔmo sɛ azigiri yɛsesɛm azigiri yɛsan kɛ sɛ ɔsono yɛsesa ɔsono aba afafrantɔ wɔfa ɛno nana ɔmo didi owura nkyɛmaten akyi ɛwɔ yɛ ho adwom ɔkɔdwa no mu nyinaa ahyia yɛ na owie ɛna ɔde asɛm tu gya ɔfa n'asɛm a ɔde tu gya a edi kan ne sɛ ɔbɛhɛ sɛ ɛyɛ voter region ɛba bɛyɛ newly skilled center in West Africa ɔso hwɛ ɛyɛ voterfoɔ anaasɛ voter region
Say voter region ɛbɛyɛ new skills development center of West Africa.
Sector of West Africa. Saa ɛna ɔde tu gya sɛ saa na ɔno ɔmo bɔ mpaeɛ ma na ɔbɛyɛ ɔmampanyin bi a ɛna ɔbɛma south voter ɛbɛyɛ new
skills development.
Sector. Yes, skills development sector in West Africa. Nti na gɛ sɛ ɔfa dwuma adeɛ baako a ɔkaeɛ no ɛno no ɔfa owie na ɔsan de tu wɔn anim sɛ ɛyɛ MPP aba NDC aba ɔse voter region foɔ no ato aba ma NDC bebree nso ɔmo nya mfasoɔ biara ɛkɔ so saa nso na ɔmo boa ma MPP aba so ɛkɔ soro nanso ɔmo anya mfasoɔ biara nti ɔka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ afi wei deɛ ɔmo nto aba ma ɔno owura alakyɛmate as an independent candidate na ɔmɛyɛ ɔmampanyin na ɔmpagya voter region sɛnea waka no na nkuro no mɛyɛ akɛseɛ san sɛ ne plans ne sɛ ɔbɛma ɛyɛ nkuro kɛseɛ ɛwɔ Ghana ha no obiara anya kyɛfa obiara ɔde bɛsi n'ani so anaasɛ obiara wɔ nea ntuduma bɛnam so ɛde aba wɔfa me ne wo ɛkasa sesie ɛyɛ owura alankɔdwo kyerɛmate a yɛfrɛ no alanka ahye no a ɔno ɛna ɛyɛ leader anaasɛ founder ɛma movement for change you know ka sɛ ɛwɔ Mafte Kumase na ɔwɔ Mafte Kumase ɛyɛ ɔhene a ɔda kura no a yɛfrɛ no Togbe Maklalo ne hɔ na saa de ɔwɔ a owura kyerɛmaten ɛne Togbe ɛgyete nkɔmmɔ nti efiri ha yɛde yɛni ɛkyerɛ so dakɔpɛ na yɛde voter regional market store no ɛnɛ abɛti
na yɛkɛn nipa no adwene yɛ ɔmo sɛ abatoɔ no deɛ yɛ MPP NDC na kyerɛmaten so far narrative no wɔtu anamo bi sɛ ɔbɛsesa na ama na yɛ beyond NDC and MPP no ama movement for change and so aba into the fray ana
of an asem more say I was say do away with the duopoly and says you are to about MPP NDC and faso bi antimi ono kyerɛmaten wɔ adwen foforɔ a ɔde ɛbɛboa ɔman no na ɔmo hɛ ne track record a nneɛma a ɔkɔ trade ministry ɔyɛɛ a ɛkyerɛ sɛ saa adwen no ɛwɔ adeɛ a ɔbɛtumi de bɛboa ɛyɛ ɔman no nti na ɔdu dwapɔ no ɔka sɛ textile factory na ɛwɔ hɔ no ɔno na ɛbɛyɛ trade minister ɔboa saa company no anaasɛ factory no ma ne tumi pagyaeɛ ɛno nti sɛ ɔsan bɛyɛ ɔmampanyin deɛ a na ɔbɛsan apagya mu because ɔse NDC MPP the same thing. There's no difference. Almost by the watch na ọmọ kọ asa ọhún sẹ bẹsẹ ọdún sí ọtwe no ọmọ bẹsẹ aba ẹnjẹ ọmọ bá adìẹ kúrọ náà na ọmọ yẹ ẹni ntí na ọsẹ ọno deɛ ọba ẹnam sẹ ẹyẹ skills a ẹyẹ voter region fọwọ ẹni nyẹ mọ ọmọ tìmí yẹ wọn ní capital technology a technical ẹyẹ a na ọmọ tìmí yẹ no ọbẹ wa apẹja ẹyẹ region ama region abẹyẹ newly chip development center. And that over Chamatin Wakano.
You. Adia na mufri mafi kumasi a na mumra eye sogako fe na fe no monsa emframa megu na eye dorin tete ewo eye kufudua na ose munye nu kufudua kwa no wahye na frafranto t-shirt a wode twen mo se munye na mumra isin region tem
Over we can come yes be back high man. Offer ye namo he nipa dodo a etugu alanche matin t-shirt so a offer enye nipa ketwa. Obia ba ma t-shirt ene politics so obi mpe wasema onje watare se. Entu we send ya nipa na ebe ni na demand t-shirt is o ma ye ma e na ye koma omri so ma tia so so mu no offer a man say you must come on to kwale o mani bra bre eje obi ji ya no ya boni mu obi ji t-shirt a no wa she eche nipa persistent na ne to so yen san se ne di ameka no mo san chi mo san no e wan mo san kire se it need a change
aseda t-shirt no de o pewasem e no t-shirt no gi o de be hye why okay right inti ya de wase papa ha o ka bibi
o ba le ni bi ameka ne san se e to ase be ko wi o se ka ko pe
right ndudu so ka ko pe adode no na wajibi na wodi abafie na munye twa suo no pe na moduru eye is it tekpo I can't get the name right also so omo tilapia no say no so eye kama pa ya na
kakale fa super
nyamenga ho right and alangwajo chirematene ene se ono so no wanam edwa hodo so etime akọ nei pon akọ akrade new akrade akọ senchi ede akopia tempoku akọ dwapon atwam frankadua yikuma ede akopie ho ama wasan dan ne ede aba mafikumase ede awuramu eye north tonfo no ujeto ablakwa na fe no eye mafikumase wa na waba soga kope na je say right o crossing so na no aba tefle I wanted to the tefle and na je say wasan na ni ache right
tilapia nice
but tefle say tilapia no namu papa
natural
what's what no person can be poisoned through water. Water is a special creation of God. No individual could therefore be poisoned by drinking water. People are poisoned through drinks and food, but poison can't be lethal in water. It is so near the mouse and cardinal. It is former member of Parliament table, Honorable Ali. But it's so surprising to see. Ubia and for poison and fence woman from our own.
I doubt that.
You doubt
because poison they depended the content and the nature of it. BBM with me for once a echo munkwadi. Say yes you.
DDT would difference wa. Ebeyo the unum DDT no enyo hwe. As all the friends
na charge no.
Na charge so.
Yes. Nti so ho maybe Enjama scientists for na omonya there but quick one
poison where your narrative isn't necessary.
If I may be baso pa no dey say poison common na nearby be it's quite unfortunate but ye realan aproba obo na ye na once dey bia da me can say of ADAKABRI ye realan nyame adwuma no ye dey aboa Osono Amanyoko MPP no. I am very happy say mo report no chere say aproba obo ni nipa honkita odi a wodi nyina no aye ne track record and odi tudwa na said ye can wo hwe de wi nipa ebotwi eba besra no bebihia no ni nyina ye enwuma pa under MPP aban mu ye de hye ne nsama no kwama ne ye enti se enwuma ni nyina abedade a obehu se eye MPP Amanyoko MPP Amanyoko no so na
akoba du baby so ade mu ya kakra se na anu over the weekend she say eye Ghana Honda Manufacturing Company Limited etimi unveil first Honda HRV.
Yeah.
You produce Ghana has it. Na wo hwe se be fi na kwetena ho. ɛma Honda for no ɛda car na die na wo hwɛ nsɛm a wo ba fi na wo yɛ deputy to Chematin na Chematin Ghana automotive policy a ɔyɛ ya ɛno na Honda ɛso gye no ho gyi mu a ɛne Honda abɛyɛ car ɛwɔ Ghana ha sei nti ba fi na wo te ade na se na yɛ da Honda na die ɛde ne call so adwum giving yɛ no aka fa ɛna wo si ɛyɛ Kumase kwan so a in the eastern region especially no unse ɛyɛ police for no kuta new Nissan pickups new Nissan pickups na police for no kuta ni nyina na ɛyɛ produce in Ghana.
Yes.
Hey, what are the actually?
Oh, Father Cabre, no credit, but on said the fact is that a buying Nanado Danko Kufado, a buying and Uswa Dunu, and Amasa no my way na eden abem. MPP Echichigron Kratas 2016-2020 say a banfi de Juma yan to Tunase. Ye beshena no ma bi adabia da ye kra edi frama no neba no yetimia ye bi wa ha enanyame adom enam ye ralan so enam Nanado Danko Kufado enu so ade hunu ewura Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ne mpenifo afoforo nyina ena saade wi abem sede ye wo ka no se enigida se bi se ba na ye da dwumadi a ye di ho ntoma akire Ghana fo se ne nyame aya adom yetimi manufacture Honda Civic cars, Honda HRV, SUV cars, yetimi pickup yewo kantanka automobile omu nyina wo kromu ha na obi biara wa bring moja ni aboami abedu sampempen so no esi yetimi yeden ebom abaso pase de America no ni nyina wie peye se aban a Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo aban MPP ena wo sa aban we ni so ade hu ni ndwuma a wadi abedi amagana fo no edutwam eso jaman a yewura ala nam hwe so me pacho nim the 97 kilometer in Pakadan Tama railways for the first time and yakra and trains are if you Poland eba by the month ending yi sa train be see in that year so aye adwuma yewura mete se o se ya wafa ho akofa hohoi ukọ hohoi a
oduru ho no ana wafa ne nifa so de aba mafi Kumase de ba soga kope
nti kotwa so anka yes left side the next time obekọ no onu anim say ya ye one district one factory in Fidujuma back or I friend the Caltech yes starch a produce ethanol so eso jama ye chiwo na ya obabi wo ha ye friend Ketekrache Timber Recovery Limited omo no so no industrial omu yi India free nsuo mu edane daniani amiade ye no ma bebre so abani nduma no ahyeta baabia na ye medase ewura ala ne bon ntoa no odisa no ma we nyina tudwa na Ghana fo ahunu MPP amanyoko ni na nduma pa wedi ofa yembra poison yiso on say na one ubusa ma samba akon edin kan say na ka say okunafo obeka sana ofa on say asemi ba ya bo afienom ne amanfo bebre pusawo ayem hihia beja afie mu no enya asem ketwa ititru ne yanom a ye ndwuma de biada nipa ehu yanim yekoba onam of ADAKABRI from sisu bi anim wo ukoba bia nipa peso ye wa hoye opeso ma bibi opeso no di nkomo obi peso no tu nsa didi yanum aye ya amanyosema ye yi yanim ba bia obi anim wo o dwene papa no no ebi sebi anya adwo bi okronto na okwabra no so dwene bone nti ama ye mhihia ba beto nipa nyina so enene from Thursday no ebepem ne de biada minya call minya text message minya WhatsApp message a efri adofonom enamfofo kwakujesi ekoba unhwe ni yio unto mubuo munya hwe yio ena amanyosemi enti na chese abeye insem bebre enti na ehu abehia se ese yete asem bi fra busua no enchen said you didn't kasa no of a kwabna mafo kasa no oba asem bi so na ya me de pa munina mo kan ho say na de ti na nkanye doctor no and I be a hospital no cause utie asem na there was a personal doctor even on the Thursday morning our near busua na Nigeria etu anamo asenka sebi nkomo de ne ba be drum kran na eche no o ma pe ba bia ebetimi aboa no ade ti na be a doctor no entimi amba na hospital facility na mamba ya no medie nke beye minya kakra sɛ Ghanafoɔ yɛpɛ asɛm soro asɛm wobakɔ yɛ ayɛ se ɛne mpanyinfoɔ bi na akɔhyɛ hospital n'akyi ama ɔmo ne ba bɛyi ano yɛse sɛbi poison atuduro ɛna ɛde yɛwura JK akɔ asamado na wo doctor deɛ wofa ho bɛn sɛ yɛsɛ abusua so hu abusua no nso no wohyɛ yɛwura JK ɛne ne yere nkitahudi a hu sɛ ne yere ɛyɛ very strong pillar behind the man and honestly very supportive to the wife, so they have a special relationship. Now you're a Captain Smart akasa and no Ghana for bebree ka ho asem so for Nigel gazing so ediaba betoja ase ni nyina ye ehia sankofo wenu nyina no disama beto wa na media ba bia efiefie mo bia ka no se yante asem na nkasa no bobre emfiri abusuani mapa ho a ensem ni beye bebree ena se de nyina so kan no se wan ka wo story a wan na be ka story amount. Oh, enti the first narratives na babonten no na akwete se chenchina che se obi a onim dia koso nyinara eba na obekasa doctor de ana hospital de bre no a odo musuko ehhihye mu no eno ho asem na ode be den ebetudwa but de ye ma de ni sie na bia na onim enti abusuafo mom na ba bekasa ebeboa na ade ntina ye na yere me de me hu ne se na yere nya hwe de waye no mpo a kire se opɛ sɛ edin ye eba ne kunu ewu achi sɛ bia busuampo nhia ye enhyehyɛ na wotweda enhyehyɛ da ye yie but kasa na koye na we na de ne konsamado we na amanawu na ye sentina ɛsɛ busua ne duomu nim na asumdue ba no na din ye ba no omutimi de betudwa because sɛ obi ambe yi anu ama no kra na antodwa ana sɛ de abusua ne nim amma metodwa ma Ghana fon so yen susu yen sem ka bi ho a de be ne sɛ aso enti abusua ne nim sɛ sebi anya adwo so bi okronto ade we na de bra JK ekopie ba bia wapie ya ana ɛna omotena ase ɛna omo ye den. I can imagine the number of calls that have come to the household, that has come to the family of JK. Amanfo piso mubusa, dofo no piso mubusa say yes poison in chichi musang. You can imagine even the political party MPP. So ye na ye nim say na wo twa etwa mu asemu si ye abepem de. Amanfo bi crash ase tretre omonsa and MPP and a poison and I say entina as a political party no so no. Na yenso ebehia se be yebehunu no kra yeden ewomuo. Not only even the MPP, even the political class. Senka sample netia, that means obiara oyama no sem eso ogina yie. Ena mandokuo bia so oyama no sem bia no so no enbia obi nso betimi de nsa akere omo so se san no ma no ena omo ye. What about even the nation as a whole? The national interest attached to this. So entina enya no better sa ye betimi aye sa bia ye soma kasamafo bi anase ye soma obi enutina the party and the government was very careful nti asembe to dwa no ye boyen nkitahudifo nyina anoba say we should be measured in how we comment on this issue because they are early days yet edu baby kra no obi frame no obisam say yes poison na me say omunya abotre no nipa ne buafu umpeso beji atumo yes poison na ntina eyeminya ntina ese tifri sabi kalkum na nkasa enum odenche mfiri nso mo be ka kire yes apunchani ewu a ndi na chiye and I think it was the pressure anyhow and now you change the narratives in the public discourse and discussion no enema oba ne ye den oba kunafo osofo maame eba abonten a ode di onu nso nim ene abusua ne ntia se no mu position about JK yewura JK ewu no ho ayeden aba betudwa and it is in the right direction and who say no emma echinyedie bebre nyaden emba efise Nigeria onim yare na se said the worker say yare no kun no yewura JK Kumah ene yare ediesie from last year no mu nyinara akoni aba omatu awa yare sa bebre ni nyina no onene nanam enti abusua ne de di omunim no no na it was very proper that she spoke as the widow adentia because also what to challenge me. One, ma yewura Captain Smart. And I believe say obi a wotie yen wo enemy na obi a be adwene say it is not really about the allegation of the poison, but se saa neti a menu mienu nti yen interested see be hu ekwan afa so ma na ye den e ba saa na se bi yen ye abusua a yenim se ebia yewura yarewe ne yarewe na odi ne di asie na eche ye bete se obi se enye no ana eye atuduru ana uduro ana yede ma no e wo ba bia se you be interested to find out intimi ade ba ko a abetodwa ye mede wo Mrs. Kumah nkita wudie ne se wato ama Ghana police for se obi biara ogidi na waka bi no nim se apart from yare abusua nim na doctor for any abusua din kuta e kire se yare we ne yare we na yewura John Kumah wono apart from that no so obi nim se there was a foul play ana kwabrani bi ponitrim bone eno oma edi aye yewura John Kumah any police for no nyehwehwemu because Captain Smart utie na asema o say on nim how even they poison him omo mu shechre and we all will be interested. Me impo as a political activist, as a practitioner, I'll be very much interested. As a student of law, I'll be very much interested. The media will be very much interested. Enti babia Mrs. Kumah edi asemna fano. It is in the right direction. Say yen domusuko na yen hwehwemu. Omo de nka no munim say yare. Ono oyere no. Se che ofa ba bi ne ebebusa na nkutabu obetime ebu hu ne se yare na no onim asi se abonten so aman forecast and foforo say a poison and here the police and the law enforcement agencies and investigative bodies in this country should take it upon themselves and let's find because Yewura John Kumah is a national asset, a state official na djuma nyina o ye yansa na okọ ne krechi nyina ye djuma na o de so man no enti se ye kan sem bi say efa ne wu echi a ene na say yetimi eden edomusuko. Another one nso a okan a manige ho pa this whole prophecy and prophetic thing surrounding the death of Yewura John Kumah. As I be abuba so fooding, but maybe I wouldn't bother our audience with name callings. But why ye and Sembia di say obiaji edi yasem edi komshe ewo ho but komshe ninjina so de yentimi mfa ya ho nyadan ento so and I'm very very sure say maybe one of the ways and reasons in tia or babonten and it was necessary for her to come out or the family to come out because I didn't hear yes ya shen komumpo say as at 31st December ni ebe rafi mu na yenim se poison and ye dia ma Yewura John Kumah and it's likely say obi free mu and the wife knows that it is far from that and to see ma ho kwan na sa information we ekwa abonten a na eya say ade na ebia sebi anya adokra obi akogina abonten aka asem bi ati abusua ene Yewura John Kumah kra wanya ne baby ko enti se ma no kra ne bedadi ene waba no abechim so dabi wo nipa wo hyenkom no unnim na sebi kra no kane no na onu om ne koba a unnim om abusua nim yare a na Yewura John Kumah ewumu a no ne di asie enti esi den na afini bekwa wiye na asofo no person mo hyenkom na BBC na om nya ideas bia na so mo information bia no mo da begina purpose so enti that issue no so a Mrs. Kumah address here no was also in the right direction. It is for the national interest. It is for the public interest because this whole death, and the conspiracy theories be aba. So conspiracy theory be to say, say be Yewura John Kumah ni din beto oja say be ye pese ye hwese obetimi aboama party net to franka ama yakọ akwakodi nkunimdie ewo 2024 election no nti ena ebi kra na nipa bonifo bi ayeden edinawu na no so wo ho na no kra den ka ya tonkofo ayeden etirimu. There is a conspiracy about Yewura Oheneba media one of the journalists nibin so on so be chechemu the experience in the north with Dr. Your friend is saying what Yerabun to me and Dr. John Kumah how no mukita udi any experience bi omunyaye and it was increasingly feeding the public narratives how people were thinking about this whole issue. This issue is a national issue, a national interest. And now I see it to me clear the conspiracies no. Poison dear poison and now our second question. And I am very happy seeing Nayati as say on say nipasu anyama no sempe akunya to ewo fia ye diewu ebi mutimi diewu ansa no ma yeden enya akunya. Oh, yes, of course. So adwuma mu obi position awo no kwabrane ni bra ma chese or twitwa onantini kan ho nsama na nsiaga na akoye adwonbone se obeyeden obeyi afiri ho enya adwuma mu pe ye fie mu yasetira mu kwa akowie impo asori mu na se okromu ase na obab sima chese onanikunu ene nabusuate na ne kunu abuche na ohia security person akofa security man se betena menchen na memboa na menhwew na security man timi yeden ehwe nanim di nawu awudie ene saa bone semu bebre adoso man Ghana mu enti na that conspiracy ni nyina no ayeden ho ayese na yetimi address enti de maame no aba abeye no ensem odi aba betu dwa no me de megidi yesf na komapamu
complaint to the man police no say police for nyeden
police for say you have alleged and in your allegation you made certain statements one shall nipa beka say a factual now nipa wu a ye autopsy ye investigation to find the cause of the death Sisiano to the family with all the history of the medical engagement Yewura John Kumanya yansana okone crèche no ekire se yare but onsu gina bonten ka se dabi enye yare poison na akoye no mamienu enti ida se doctors na anya omadwuma yie anaso bi di secret esie omo anase doctor your friends poison akasa na wo ho ena omunim anase indeed enye poison but yare. All these are questions that you have to find out. And then the best institution to find out, especially when these allegations have been made in the public, is for the police to come in and then investigate. And now Okochi will be asking an invitation. We inviting the panel say, the state and the public has taken interest in the statement that you made. So, and for that matter, we would want to go further. And then akoye wonti na yetimi we are measured and controlling information and managing it. But be saying so anu e be betimi kra ba be causing fear and panic in the public, which has more legal implications. So the police, the call on the police to take these allegations, especially from Captain Smart, on is in the right direction. Many of the people in the public I don't want to say no so. Me mebusu afre me say poison. Enti ese ni patwe so yi. Me didi yesu so wa da ka ben so ka. Enti be da na me ba me mfa me am so nya dan.
Na food bag, food poisoning, contaminated food. Won't be that.
You see, one critical issue is ADAKABRI de bia da yeka. Food poisoning in its normal sense. Meaning how best I can explain this. On say, me debia me ka say obey focus so obey wa or yo wo huhumu a ebe pie hu na manim. Say sebi me menjindi but say ebi kro obi bodua ana obi eye wade wo huhumu a wo hwere wo nkwa na ye autopsy sisi a ye benya hunamakwa anu mu nipadua no mu bibi e ko so odan o death meboa. Enti naturally enoma bebre esi ani wo nipa na ankasa nipadua mu ema ede ne ko ne kreachi. One of the key things are sisia ekum nipa food poisoning. Emremu no yebra we call something unwholesome food. It is even in our Criminal Offences Act, our your Public Health Act, our even your local assembly. All these things can lead to. Said okay, a mensa area ho. The Fred food drives are watching a yellow CCO then. About one thing.
5.
We've seen so many, renowned even public restaurants and eatery places are many issues of this food poisoning. Okay. And a general problem.
Brother Asumesi and I say, Miss Rowe, could it be that Madam, being mindful of historical antecedents of wives succeeding departed spouses as MP, is positioning herself for a run? Culturally, it is difficult to accept her frontal approach so soon after demise of the husband. Something must have prompted, or necessitated such an uncultural move. Well, this may be a figment of my very fertile imagination. Brother, Asimasi, whatever. Ako gani mu atenase?
Yeah.
John Dramani Mahama concluding the Upper West region and starting off a Greater Accra region. Dodowa, Adiaba, Ablu, as a central constituency, opposite constituency, Okakwe Central.
Okakwe Central.
Na China so or the Akko Abuso Kain and Osako Ayawasu West and Campus Connect. Akoko this argument not surprising, said Deputy Director of Communications. Ura Akogan Babase. But then poison sense me. It did Nayana John Draman Mahama walk Ayana Okuta and Flasky. I don't show baby.
Yeah, my flasky. What the Maminika needs a for my film. Lawyer member Hatcher. Aye. Now, unse Sebe, say Achichide, Onim Nano Yentino, Onama. Na okra nekura.
Okay.
Onam so na osan so ekura na daka. Nti owu ye na wahye na daka mu din ewo ho. First of all, obia will reason why okra flags. Sometimes okasa bebre a one efa. Nti sometimes utumi ye ginger and na de egu flags mu, you'll be sipping it. Bit by bit. You can have your energy on. And ebisu ewo you need a friend saying I don't know how to put it, but you need an energizer. Obia want strength oko. Me say so who say me craft flax most of the time yana ice and egum. Because sometimes when you are working up north you dehydrate very fast. And sometimes one can say, insure a walk as in the bottles, a walk. But the ice woman, you just need to pour one bottle inside and then you are going. Because sometimes we see free you can walk like an hour and more. Into these are some of the obisusu a bread into a hot water. Senebeya or the guni minimum, it keeps the person awake. Obia ne the intia okra. Your friend is saying, flax. And most of the time, I can tell you, say, a bikra, omoyerenum, a ye duane, a sikemu. The whole day, on top, so better be a kwedubi, and na bibina, or better, but say duane pa, dear, you lie bad. Onwa kotrani kema, udika kra, na, odesiona, oko. Politics is a hectic job.
Very. On
the surface, it looks, friendly, is lovely and all that, but there are a lot of things involved. And Nema wumu bra. What the only politicians are 19, you'll be the number one testimony of it. You see, moving this discussion towards Minua John Kumah ewu ne hono. Medikai ama ebusuya yako. na masan so etu oba kunafo efo se unsuni kunu
Okay.
unsuni kunu because see ano mimi nim ni ambition obi message or send here say be ana because of alasan ne kumfidiesi wo ho ntia. I don't want to jump into that in fact man yes. I don't want to jump into that conclusion. But yewo eneme bi ya akanfo yegidie. Obampo a ukunu ewu no unsem kra yenchia. Wano asem kra no yente.
Kunafo so nante anajo.
Onante anajo. Inti de bia bon se obi kane ho. Ohia bibia na so opese okan bibia oka kire nipa kro no na nipa kro no e de ato abonten. Ade nti a meka ne sei ne se ebetumi aba se yare bi ewo ehwo a yen yenim ono ne ne ko nakra na nti onu benim. Nobody can take it away from her. However, say yare bi wo ho kra na bibi tumi pia wo e de ko
immediate.
Exactly. For instance, COVID ba ye yes obi awo menu mienu ebetumi COVID betumi aboyen. But ebi awo underlying condition yare bi e wo ho nti no e de obe contem a chen obi a ebia bibia enine ho. That is why I am advising her say ontwa kasa ne so ana se nko ankasa anka eye ne se inti se sia autopsy enya mai inti autopsy ba na ebeto abontene se eye poison menka se poison nanso ebeto abonten se eye poison ena trigger papai ni wu a okunafo obegina he wan hwe yi a ne ade ba ofie se bia mpo a na nim ho bi minim amane a JB dankwa edu nyamemfa ne kra ensie ne yire afem just because nipa bonifo bi to me through wall ekowura adam kokun no ono so no nipa payida nti she will be a subject for investigation. Minimum accusations are enkrofo so accused because I read an article that she wrote telling her story in that article. Okunafo a onya asumdweda ebini JB dankwa edu ne yere. Inti no efutu ya medebema mamina enono. On the issue of
you can't say we're free mono. Now do most I don't know the one kasa.
Exactly. You see no crack across so a one near maybe muno and say yes it is better for a fool to be considered wise if he shuts his mouth. Sabe se kwasi akra kana no etuma ebunu so enyansani until say obebi na no. Mpenifo so ka say silence is golden. Debia wo ka say obeka wasem obema wasem ayeda. Obi say you can win the argument but you cannot win the fight ahead of you. Sometimes unim diato sabe Professor Mills more than ye chire he ya railway station ye launch ye railway of the train free tema ebe wie wa ha because abelen pe ha no na terminal point a train edane ne ho ewo ye nyina satam no akwakoye treatment aba ye nyina ye hu ne nsa how dark his hand was obi atum sa die we die impo MPP phobi eka say oh atamel se odi ya na owuye. In fact obekaya ya papa ye founder po eka say sanka okoye treatment no sanko relaxe kakra anko beche Rollins cry eka say which means everybody knew the direction that it was going. However, ne yiri a onim bibia no okana no tum
even after politics crowd see me kunu no kwaye politics oba so de media ne say you see behind every successful man there's a woman in the media ne say metai na chi nene oni ho bi o amenye politician into mo political activities no I give you the blessings but me ankasa de me kwakwa nyame adwuma ewo ho enu nti unti ma me no ekasa John Kumah wife you are an apostle be any wa on shen komoda. Apostle be any ho. Adakabra, my year ejuma as a church administrator for 8 years or ICGC. And you see, obibe to me a shen kom ama ene wasembi esienia obeka sebia wasem ena oka. I have seen that many times. Unless say ye nyini say nyankopon ebie nipa eni emani hu ade e hyenkom na se ye wo say gidie no de a ye nsusu nkasa emfa nkom hye ho. I have my way of receiving a prophecy. It is totally different from ADAKABRI say na so ye den prophecy. Nigel Gazy ne nkom hye no ebaye on 31st of December. Minim time apostle any Nigel ekasaye na mini hobi. See, I will not go there. However, did they have any problem with that prophecy? Because bibia ma bonte me ante da say bia na Nigel bia nkomo bi na mini wedi na ade kwakwe prophecy ana say bibia etesa. Don't forget to say Nanado afimu waye reshuffle. Into ntumi country me say bia this is directly for ebia John Kumah because I said deputy finance minister bi as we speak omye mienu. Sesi ya asesa po ama ebi so abeden ababeka ho. Let's not narrow it. In come share eba na se wugidi a wo say amen. So pese ebe ba so a o se nyankopon yifiri mekomu se yenkonnua na eba be se nyankopon yifiri mekomu wa bompa ya eden etia. That is why I am worried for the woman. Say o kasa bebre ena ne kasa nyina na say pressure bi ena eba ne so. That is how I feel. I may be wrong. But whoever is giving the woman pressure to talk omwa maame no under normal circumstances krano eye ebusua ena etu omanutu you know announce funeral announce eniema bi enye oba kunafo
let us enka wo pese enka that kind of doubt suspicion directed at the body corporate MPP and the members no enka entina ho sa say almost the poison and in emphatic statement or ban here no ufri sanki en shell.
You see, so far in MPP minti so be aka poison asem. In fact, memory that way communication department yenua kwabra kwache yekoko jam ebusua na yedruye no at least impenifu a yeni omo edi nkomo nyina no they were like oh we dey enye poison because apparently yes survey and sign ade wo ho na amanfo so ye okay now it was a little funny in the honorable Ken and started say all share jokes I was say media no ma no na mo bottle no kra media no wi am from ade nkoma munya ha kra I say yeah the BBC ni bi akoma obi na you know and that's jokes and all that minti wo bia no say all can say sebe e poison ekunu so far enkrofo a yate eye ensamtrefo only 2 people Minua a friend is saying Ohinba Edu ene Onua FM smart. These are the only 2 people la omebie omano aka bibia etese. And in fact, omunye NPP for. That is why make us say opre wo ho se obepo se a moja edi echire. Ba de brew epona eye fita so ma wonum so yeden etoso. But you don't do things that will add more suspicions to it. Edian Abbey, and I say Captain Smart, Brabe, you are not. Esiedu, Brabe, you are not. Don't forget to say these two people too are battling some things, especially Francis Smart, against the government. Obi o one chen because omenya kwan on somebody shutting it up. Enti akwanya ombetumi afasuo enie. Na no so akwakofa a different angle. Yenim say esiedu so ewo ntokwa bi ono so eko efa running mate issue no eho. Enti ono so na bebi a onam na chese no so de na chese obi so taachire se bia se running mate ameme pen no ni di be se pa de na ewo so no ye do be kwakotwirim kakra na ya shut up say na be ya ba omia benya the confidence of do. You see, you don't give room for such speculations. Rebe say doctor omkoye postmortem no mu hu say say near the beto abontia. Wouldn't that have been decent? Say a medical officer, an authority, and a communicative way at the amaye. Wouldn't that be cleaner?
But do we know Professor Mills's postmortem report?
Yes.
Oh.
Neba no kura copy.
Sir.
Neba kura copy. That is why. Enu nema ya na nanado na de ye me ya. Oti ase. Because sebe mpenifo mwenima baby ya nanado enyini edui.
The president of the republic now, okay.
Exactly. Baby ani fie edui. Na se obi ede nkrofo bi betina wanim. Eka kira wo se ekunfi anase Professor Mills nebusuafo eni na se wugidi abra wo so atamil se yiye wuko bi ye ma brochure e ma rekotu fie kan e ma wo busuafo a omoti eyimpa so na yekofa kohwe aba bi firi ba bi betina wanim as president
there be ye di nipa bi bai na aka kohwe aba de
ene facheme kafra na mokofa nkrofo bi ebetina monim a wunim say Cardinal Mills etiase ebusuapeni Cardinal Mills etiase neba sorry ninua sami MP very known nebusuafo eba wanim as president nanka titiro mienu wei enka ho ninuanom tiase omo nka ho na kro hene nankasa konfi hene nankasa enka ho na obi di wei eba wanim na oji omo a na kire se sebe ebia wopo na wope obi bi aka na wo se yemfa enkrofo bi mra na wunyina so emfa ntwa adapa senya sadia obi a wakọ eyiye ya ma brochure unim de oti eyi paso na akoye sadia it's very unfortunate sabe we are president papa postmortem ye wo 37 doctor oye ye no otiase postmortem so no ye ma busua copy a ye sign so e de copy eto hospital ho in fact sanka
public record
exactly inti ena ahasoso untumi enkosie obi a death certificate enka ho. So all these things are there.
A coroner's inquest.
I can't speak to all those details. Say a coroner's inquest or say a postmortem, it's not the same, but at least postmortem ne de echere de kunu. Na president edano ho eko this adwuma yi a sabina akakakra. Because doctor ni nwu yote ase. If indeed you needed it, you call for 37.
Na nipa no di o mani mu call no so say on president ne adwuma closely.
Me say obetumi ni president aye adwuma. Yes say edua eto nsuo mu che a enkyere se waye denkyem. Obetumi ade afe onye denkyem da. me no be ye adwuma se I say oni odame eye adwuma e wa hai onim wonsam oni no di nkomo ene me ha wo bia otumi ni edi na ade but ontumi ndane wabusua ni nkasa mo wabusua de nanka anwunani di okọ prefant fofu no exactly
But can I say?
Anyi do ho ya anwunani Professor Mills em frantini anwunani e de okọ prefantini funu
or prefunu na
sabe me se bibi to me adakabra wonnim se me minim odo a odo me ubesun papa nanso wani suo bie ni ho a ebeten me yere melody wani suo bie ni ho a ebeten me ma inkanka ne se ye pagya me body edeko enkwada bia nim se afedie me wie ye na abai
papa ko e wo mabio
o mabio ye de no ekwa no obesun de no ho atoto to fom enti se madamfo enti se me nyonko enti se me church member enti se obi amene ni yedwuma wa NDC mu because yesie mi wie a ahoma ne bebre wo ho a ate de me mabedie de me yere beye obi a emfa ho bio enti no after all these years na Kwaku okun sa ekun ya to what end ubetumi esu more than ebusuafo no in fact atamil se chiriba ne sister o se me ka ho bi mi wo ho na se me si mi wo ho bi na se me si Isa Salasi John Ramani Mahama oye na djuma wo baabi ene ye frɛ ne sɛ asɛm a abenie sanwa chibra na nedue ye ba be your president because of boss anyhow eni anka na ye mfa nhyɛ busuafo ana Kwaku nim bibi na anka opeso oyi ne ho frɛ mu ntie so de show bi because onu ne ye adwuma wo ben no ɛkyɛn running mate onu ane call na kra na ebia no so nim what you say enti so nim bibi a anka fa to abontene you don't need to tell ebusuafo say monfa mo post motem emetom me ba he efuti obe na me de ma jonkuma yere onye din kana no entum na niema enrane water will always find its level but Kwaku de owusu nsuo ni say enhono to what end nobody knows
bia kwa mo fa so yi ne de na ya
listen say hwe meba kwaya ye fa so eyi wedi no mo administration is totally different from party ejuma nyamiada Roma Professor Mills wieye our contest for a deputy general secretary NDC for edemao sa 4 years in na Kwaku mie na no anka say yenkofa coroner's inquest emra sa 4 years no ye deputy general secretary anka na tumi ewo nsam we mie na no da ese postmortem ewo he wona ase ese wa betiri aya akese na ne ye frɛ ne say asedu nkati akokon asedu nkati a eyi ne to ase tafa na obunie wona aso betu na babedi general secretary na wo koye wodi neho anho na wodi nkuguo since Kwaku di nkuguo he has never spoken positively about NDC not even friend is saying John Dramani Mahama NDC Kwaku has never spoken positively about it. I don't like saying this but Rukreno eyaba akope adakabre nyami adaruma NDC for atwa ba mame 2 times as deputy communications officer semiko gina bio na mensa anka medom wase ebia bibi ena nkoyie because omatimanim for 2 consecutive times in the third one me kona manya me baba brom sobo then I am an ungrateful person. The first day I had to abama me ametina kunya so me say dakro obi so betima betina me kunya so what I have to do today is what I have to do. Echire no obi bebe to aso from where I left off. So we are saying I want tesa principle way asia. Obi eni wo betumi aboa wo. Obi eni wo a betumi aboa wo. Inti sa tantrums are auto ediba park so and all those things, you know. For me, or I mean we are penny Sanko Jaya ebeboa. I have seen people who have been sacked from the party. They have come back and they have taken higher positions. Meaning Crawford, resigning here. Every NDC party mo. And then so aba back. Aba join the party no. Every party is a moving train.
Okay. Yanshana John Dramani Mahama, what we should expect in the Greater Accra. No? Yeah. Quick comment, Kakra, one answer on
quick one.
ADAKABRI, yes. ADAKABRI could just of the MPP.
Quick one. On say, a foot no, no, in fact, as a widow, a dear ubetumi aye in prem, and he say, ubesun, no sukuno, na a rechicho nipa ho, nipa nso etimi amo a rechichre. But on say, issue we no, se me say wamba mua enye imprempi nipa ewa ensema aya ebani wachi no aya edoso. Yewura JK ewe first na beto ne say aya poison. Ama yan even the political class no kran yanya amanfo nyan hutirimuka ya koye chese amanyosem kra na nipa de biada yede ye kra ya ho di si wose be so man no kra no ase enya akono biem me ka futu afiri nkofo aba na na munja amanyosem no na se na di nipa be ko na krachi awa amanyosem de na ensem fata and all that so hu enti na ehu be hia se ye magana fo nso adwene ko bia abusua ne gina what the truth. And now Odibusa is asking way about Ira Atamos. So we know the secrecy that, you know, shrouded or covered the death of our late president, Atamos. When Ghanaians were calling for official statement of what actually caused his death, amidst the rumors I say, yes, here, mame, Nedumels or call 37 a small kind sa all the kind of rumors Atamos faction at the presidency against other people's faction na no na atonko for team. So people were saying say mama yen hu ade wom no yare na yen na yenim say our president was battling with no and edina kwa ana say the nkofo ekeka. And I thought, me at that time, I believe God did not use our radio. So I was of the opinion, say, he is a state officer. Ne yariemu na namu tumu na no na ayo man no na na eden e bohoka.
Na open information as a public recorder. Na nka benya na.
Eno ni asem no. Na ho den. And then it was even not say eso bi kohwehwe. Ka state institution na individuals and our presidency the handlers obia no ho kwan say so de tuja no na nka samprempren na nka so de o de tuja eno nene ama busua bi kura etimi sako gina o mampanyin na na do anim say still ye hwehwe autopsy ka ya de da bonten a nti ade na ye maame kunafo Mrs. Kumah aye no mesre Ghanafo wa kire asem no abusua no de omunim pot which is very, very, very key.
Okay.
And yen somusa, mama yen nenya, me ya kasa ya onsa obi dia beto say onja de okeka no onsunukunu. Sa kasa no somwa. Ti asem na waka no. Asem a waka no so ye no kretro do.
Esi ya wasan muti say poison bi ani mo party no.
Ebia no na, eno na, ebia no na.
Eha MPPCC ane say.
Oh, but
ensem bi a omoka fa Atamus wuo ni ho no. Eno ka ho bi na ye hyemame so onkasa. What you say because enema omoka fa Professor Mills ewuo ho entisa. Ye de na to bucket mu ambulance ama we anye say that is what is haunting them. But you see for us as a party the human centeredness no ehun hia yen. It's saying the political your friends a capital that somebody will get out of it. That is why minua ene ababawa na efutu a me de bema minua ba no enu bi ena me de bema.
Right. What should we expect? John Dramani Mahama is the Greater Accra region.
Right. Ebedasin, I'm say your campaign idea. Ashasi Anisa. Na the tour His Excellency John Dramani Mahama a year in recent times. A year ye meet stakeholders and religious bodies and other organizations. Senebeya yede ye vision ebeto omenim for their support and their blessings. Yene TUC for Asia Nyame adoma echena yene aboso kan for Ebeshia and then menoka say yene Islamic leaders Asia wo Madina yene enkran ahemfo Asia ewo dodowa ene de eka ho ti echena day 2 ne so no yede a lot of activities are and also so yebeko Greater Accra Christian religious leaders na we are industrial players our ports and maritime sector and so no ye nyomo ebekwa konya nketa hodie yes so ne artisans omo informal sector and so no ebeko akwakoshia ewo Ashiaman na that's every time eba we do a stop over at Ashiaman ye we are na yaba be wie ewo Ayawaso West Wagon senebeya ye ne for Ebeshia campus students no Ebeshia our Accra College of Education auditorium, and that is also to have a first-hand information about how the campuses are going and the plans that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama also have for them. Senyame Eyena Domna 2025 offer Americana and Ebia timer yebesweni in no na level 400 for no almost services. What they would need will be a job right after service, and programs I share ediato no so no ya de be ema wo no na almost so a level 200 almost 300 almost 400 no how education should be for them whilst they are in school, and also ya de ebetudwa na ye nyomo edisa common. It is a 2-day working tour. Now it's 2 days because most of the time His Excellency is based in Accra. Into most of the time, say Okoba Krana and Nema Akemo so no na on the account no ati everyone. The tour itself is going to be a 2-day tour. And Nyame Pachana.
John Dramani Mahama touts himself as an honest person, making comparative analysis of President of the Republic not telling Ghanaians the truth about doing so.
Yeah. You see, and that is a call that shouldn't have just come from a friend, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. It is a call that should have come from all of us. And ADAKABRI udrufia, you can't tell. So bedrufia na light wofia na se light enifie. Also so wa organize such that me kofie I have a nap for about 2 or 3 hours. Na ma sorry, ada se me be kan me niema na se me be say na bedrufie na light eni ho. And nobody is telling us the truth. And no question say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama walked us through the days of the Dumso. We agreed to it. And don't also forget, the Dumso didn't start from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. President Rawlings' time, Dumso Ebaye. He made a lot of efforts to be able to hold it. President Kufuor time, Dumso Ebaye. The first thing was to go and pray for the dam. Say Nyankopon beto nsuo egu dam neso. The second thing that he did was also to construct the bui. Though we didn't get the needed power that we needed from bui, we didn't get it. At least that was an effort. President Kufuor Edru, Professor Mills, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama a time. No, we were able to complete the Bui Dam because Fufie Antwata and President Kofor the time was soon yenwie, but we did everything possible to finish it. Ye and ye call construct a gas plant. Sena ebe boyen na a power ye thermal plant, to be able to get lower cost of energy. Ye na ye kofa car power any Ameri ebaye to be able to fight and hold on. Forget about not to say forget, but Sonny Asogli, which is a private organization, and other private independent power producers. Omo efforts as well. Omo emma dumso ebaye. What His Excellency John Dramani Mahama told us and say, "Opese ni dumso we, the last dumso ever to happen to us." And every machine that we needed, everything that we needed to be able to get our power on, he was able to provide it. And nunti dumso etwa no near 2016 yenya ento aba. Media phone na modern sembo and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yes, some people still complained. Say after 4 years, I think was solving dumso. And Baumia send the engineer in so no dear Bibia become home Bibia Ekuwa, dear Becrano. Okay, say John Mahama cry Bona Mobona Abasono. He cannot take credit for solving Dumso. He acknowledged it. And in fact, his disbelief was yet to be solved before the 2016. And they must poo it. I say omokasa, I don't know how to put it in tree. Yes, will be poo. I didn't say so omoka ho asem bone senebeya obi nkase His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And in fact, because of programs are now in the area of industrialization. Your friend is saying ye be a lot of free zones friend is saying areas in Intino. He knew say businesses are going to come to Ghana. And Nuntino yenye energy ebeboa na say company be eba Ghana, and there are some things that companies look out for. Sebia, the security of the state, reliable power, friend is saying cost of labor, and a lot of things. Availability of raw materials and all those things. These were some of the things at the solve doom so. And that came from an honest person like John Dramani Mahama. One for BNC, he walked us through it. Namiya Duma, Yakra near maybe a eba on this date. A baby drew a drew pair. We are your friend is saying the first one was your gas power. Ship be ebe pie no. You to me nya from your friend is saying Nigeria, gas from Nigeria. That was the first one. An act of God. We were able to solve it and all that. Okay. You see, truth be told, we had, I think we gave 2 dates earlier. Into me, Amma. The second one, it cost the minister because he was so confident to say, on this date, dear, ebeba. And in fact, Edru Hona, yenya just one dumso. And no customer resign because I'm a man of my words. These are the honest people that we work with. Okay. And say see and the yes rene say NPP yes remo. Muma yen a pattern. Muma yen mo structure. Senebeya mi kofi enenam nim say menya dumso. I'll prefer say metina ejumem ewie majuma. Answer makwako desum. Okay. Not to go to the house and see say the whole place is in darkness.
Go final comment.
I think say be debi ampe no focus say obota ho a wo hwere dabre. No mebu wo ho a say the potoka say beka if you live in a glass house don't throw the stone. In simbu wo a me de metu yewra John Dramani Mahama fo ene NDC say no mebu wo ho a mema ye ko 2024 elections no. Na mo won boso mema ne mfa nya ma no sem. Mema ne nka ho bi because we yes na ebe ma obi hu ba bia wo free. na wadapa adedi. Dumso should be the last thing Era John Dramani Mahama Eso can want them because Dumso ye komu from 2013 to 2016. A ye Ghana fontam kesipao. Senke na yende kasa wo need FME. Nanka desa about 10. Na mo dumu fidie nyina. Baba o yitre na okwa kotofu o. De bia na generator. Wana na ni generator. Esukufo kwa akotro exams a. Eji so mu pia bonten. Ema taxi driver for so mo car light. BEC in 2014. And sanu metima kotenase enya kanea e de atro. O sori anopa from 6. No, so besua de. No, lion to besua de.
Okay.
Ade akwa akotro mpacho me say o ADAKABRI. That was the Dumso. Enti ebi ni ho. Sa Dumso na ma de Ghana fo ko mu no. Ebi ni ho. De bia ye kase.
Ti Dumso fofo na aba.
Enye Dumso. Eye hwe wen ene betimi aka kire me say for a week continuously every day 6 to 6 you doom the light in recent times. That was the Dumso. Enye no bi na wo mu.
Timetable.
Yeah, the timetable by a generational problem. Because you say ECG4 aba be kase. Some of the power outages no eye grid co. And the boy na or yet in video hu adwuma.
I will say UCG intimate default on their payments to the IPPs. So we may be suffering from extensive Dumso.
Information on your free hefa.
I said
you see, and not the bia no ka say
less than 30%.
On one ka say your power na about to time udru so a na to ne ntro.
Okay.
And the kasa
IPP for threatening say on ma shate on way off. They threaten some be shate. Ye nyina IPPs. Ye na ye hey. Na wo di kromra,
no kromra pa.
Ah ye nyina ye pa mo chawo. So His Excellency John Dramani even went to beg them.
Mame envy with the they shouldn't even go there because
payments to the IPPs no. ECG has defaulted. That's the news this afternoon.
But also ADAKABRI minchwa no. It does not affect power supply. How?
It remains to be seen in future.
Also for now. Future. Of course. Akra dia and yen produce mama. But this is not the situation. It ain't as a intimate but Mamma be about that thing. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, ADAKABRI Taba. I am talking but Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, just will be himself is for the future. And I Ghana food himself no my pa MPP abaya no. Or no pet and a bit me there then. Akwa to no be afeno. Baumizi. Hey, did you from there no? You know, omo pronounce rough. Baude data Baumizi.
Wazaya no.
Right, feeling no. Hey, the future.
Say, yeah, branded your mama say, damn. Ohwana me hu say, yeah, pepe di ama enkrofo ne ade wat. And here for another day.
Ambassador Emfama Ekoba Kwakujesi of the New Patriotic Party and also Ura Akongan of the National Democratic Congress. In fact, he is the Deputy Communications Officer of the National Democratic Congress. Asada and Yadida Mo, Namungusu Namunti Neat 100.9 FM. Na Ulako Kumaiko, Oni Abramoe, and a DJ foreigner. One of the Abekofi, normally Abeko Jojo.